This sports program is presented by authority of Wabash Valley Sports and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated in any way without prior written consent of Wabash Valley Sports.
Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 20 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Indiana for this afternoon's ball game. It's Rose-Hulman taking on the Defiance Yellow Jackets in HCAC action. And we're bringing you all the exciting action here on Indiana Sports Network. Live, we're on Hub Ken along with Walt Gordon. We're going to bring you all the action of today's ball game. A big one for Rose-Hulman as they try to solidify a move towards the upper echelons of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. And if they can do that, they would host Hanover next week for the conference championship game. And regardless of what happens, if Rose-Hulman wins today and next week, they're going to find themselves in the Division III national playoff.
You know, it's nice at this time of the year when every week you're fighting for something that is very meaningful, and also nice when your goals that you set forth at the beginning of the season are still in reach at this time of year. And that's what Rose-Hulman has, this opportunity here this season with taking care of business last week and then having 2 home games to finish your conference season with everything that you set out for. You put it on the whiteboard. It's right there. It's attainable. It's within reach. All you have to do is come out and execute, and you put yourself in a good position.
As you take a look at the picture that you're going to see on your screen, a picturesque day, 50 degrees, a little windy, but just gorgeous here. Beautiful day for college football as Rose-Hulman is going to entertain Defiance today. Rose-Hulman comes in with a 5-2 record overall, then 2 of those losses coming against Franklin in a ball game went right down to the wire. They lost by 1, and then, of course, number 2 rated Mount Union in the opening ball game of the year. And I think that ball game actually set the tone for Rose-Hulman this year, as they have traditionally had trouble with some of those teams, which normally you will. Mount Union really hasn't lost a ball game in their conference in like 18 years. So Mount Union is the preeminent Division III national power. And even though they lost, and even the fashion they lost really opened the eyes of some of these players, I think, this year. And they've continued to improve every week. And we saw that with a huge victory last week against Mount St. Joe.
And Mount St. Joe, a team that came in undefeated last week and has a lot of good skill makers, as you saw, a highly touted senior quarterback. And I mean, Rose-Hulman, that was a woodshed performance for that defense and what they did and put Tomlin on the ground so many times. But all that you mentioned, it starts with that first game against Mount Union. And you know it's going to be an uphill fight. I mean, you have to be real with yourself, and you never say, oh, we're going to lose the game. But you know the realization of who you're fighting against, and you know the disparity of that level, you know. But when you look at what Rose-Hulman is able to do with that game, playing them on the road last year, getting them here this year, is you're getting to see up close and personal the best of this division. The Division III, the cream of the crop, right here, up and personal. You're right across the line of scrimmage from them. You're lining up in pass coverage. You're trying to sack their quarterback. You're trying to move the ball against them. So when you get to play 2 years in a row, the best that you could possibly see in Division III, it helps to raise your level and see, okay, this is what we have to do to get to the next level. And so Coach Sokol and his program, what you're seeing right now, some of the benefits of that, playing a great team like Mount Union, and it trickles down to what you see now, and Rose with an opportunity to do something that they've wanted to do this.
The other thing you're going to look at is in Rose-Hulman's season, they open with Mount Union and they finish the season at St. John's, which is, again, very similar idea, one of the top teams in the country. And by doing that, Rose-Hulman is going to set itself up to see how far they've actually improved this season. So it's kind of a measuring stick at the start and at the end of the season. And speaking of that measuring stick, this afternoon it's going to be if you contain a Defiance team that has its back against the wall. They're 0-7. It's kind of that trap game. We'll see what happens. We're going to take our first break. We'll come right back with more here from the Sonic pregame show. It's Rose-Hulman against Defiance on Indiana Sports Network.
This patty melt is loaded. Beef patty, grilled onions, melty cheese on Texas toast.
I propose a toast.
Oh, awesome.
Peter, you're dull.
Okay, this feels more like a roast.
I propose a roast.
Grab a patty melt while they last and order ahead for happy hour anytime.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
Bacon mac and cheese bites are the perfect comfort snack.
I needed some comfort, man. It's been a tough day.
What'd you do?
Well, I only got 10 hours of sleep.
Oh.
Get them while they're hot. Bacon mac and cheese or chili cheese bites are $2.99.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman for this afternoon's ball game. It's Rose-Hulman again, Defiance College. And, of course, Defiance College, Northwestern Ohio, one of those teams that's been around in the traditional. They went from NAIA to Division III like a lot of teams did, Manchester, Hanover, all those teams. They kind of combined themselves with that group. And they've just had a rough season, 0-7. And in that opportunity, they're going to see a new quarterback start for them. Number 13, Cole Recker, the sophomore, 6'2", 285-pounder from Monument, Colorado, is going to get the start at quarterback for Defiance this afternoon as they're going to try to change things up a little bit. And as you look at Defiance, just a group that you know they're going to have to start. They're going to have to play one or two ball games that's going to be at their best level. And for Rose-Hulman, they're hoping that they can control the line of scrimmage and just maintain the flow of this ball game, because you never know what's going to happen with a team like Defiance.
When you're playing a team like Defiance, mentioned earlier, kind of backed against the wall, and you never want, and I'm not calling them animals, obviously, but when you make the analogy, you back up an animal up against the wall, you try to corner them, and you see what kind of fight they have. So that's a dangerous situation, trying to corner someone and trying to trap them. So you look at Defiance, and they've got nothing to lose in situations where they're trying to, in some ways, do something themselves, and they want to get that win. And unfortunately for Rose-Hulman, you're fighting up against a team that is trying to get that one win, and that you never want to go in the season with an offer on the left side of the column. So, Defiance, in some ways, a transition in certain situations, but they're going to come and put their best foot forward. And you mentioned the line of scrimmage, trying to control that. Coach Sokol said many times, everything that Rose does offensively and defensively is not that be the offensive line or the defensive line. So that is going to be so pivotal today.
Well, you can see Rose-Hulman's getting ready to take the field here as they traditionally get ready to run out between the cheerleaders. And it's Hall of Fame Day here at Rose-Hulman, as we've had a lot of different festivities going on today and getting ready for this ball game. You see Rose-Hulman in that red with gray trim this time, as they've changed kind of the logo and different things this year, getting ready for that. But they'll take on Defiance College here this afternoon. Coach Jeff Sokol in his 9th year.
Sonic's got all my fair
appearance, and with that, a 58-30 career record. And their record this year, record against Defiance is 7-1. Defiance is coached by Manny Matsakis, the Capital University grad, his second year at Defiance, a 1-16 record, and he's only played against Rose-Hulman one time as far as from Defiance under Matsakis. So we're looking at the opportunity for this one, a big ball game for Rose-Hulman as they try to get themselves in a position where they can play for a conference championship next week. And again, for Rose-Hulman, 2 games remaining on the HCAC schedule. It's Defiance this week and Hanover at home next week. It's shaped up to be a tremendous season for Rose-Hulman, but they do need to win one ball game to put that in a situation where they have an opportunity to play for a conference championship. We're going to pause and take a break for commercial. We'll be right back and ready for the coin toss and the kickoff, where you're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
Sonic's got all my fair faves.
Cheddar peppers, 99-cent corn dogs, Oreo a la mode. I love the fair. All the prizes you can win.
Totally. Did you win all those?
Winning's for suckers. I bought these.
Hurry in. Fair faves start at 99 cents and order ahead for happy hour anytime.
Everybody clap your hands. Shot now, y'all. Turn it out. Oh, yeah. Shot, real smooth.
Terre Haute, a great place to stay and play. Restaurants, hotels, motels, and campgrounds, there's something for everyone. Terre Haute is the home away from home for students of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Indiana State University, where there are always great educational activities and sporting events. Enjoy the Children's Museum. Terre Haute hosts Blues at the Crossroads Downtown Music Fest, Rib Fest, and the Banks of the Wabash Festival. Plus, the HCAC Quarter Midget Championship, open wheel racing at the Action Track, and 5 national college and state high school cross-country championships at the famed Laverne Gibson cross-country course. There's plenty to do and enjoy in Terre Haute, so come stay and play.
Sonic's got all my fair faves.
Cheddar peppers, 99-cent corn dogs, Oreo a la mode.
But there's no chicken on the Fair Faves menu, right?
No. Why do you ask?
No reason. You're safe.
Hurry in. Fair faves start at 99 cents and order ahead for happy hour anytime.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And you can see both the teams congregating right towards midfield with a couple minutes to go here before the kickoff. Captains go out for that coin toss. And normally what takes place is ends usually goes that could flip the ball game. A lot of ball on base quarter. That's like to do that. Just wanted the ball right away. So the Rose-Hulman captains will go out toward midfield. Captain for Defiance will head out as well. Defiance to Terry Angeloni. Back from Gibbsburg, Ohio, him out. Rose-Hulman in number 21, and Garrett White, rusher for Rose-Hulman. 6 is Zach Phillips from Gilbert, Arizona, and 27 is Alex Perez. He's also back from Michigan.
I appreciate the fact that they lined up in numerical order. That was nice. But
Makes it a lot easier. Wish they did that on
that's
too,
right.
right? And the toss is up and rolled and won. Have it tossed like normal and ready for this one. Rose-Hulman will place their back toward the south end. That Defiance first possession of football to start the ball.
And you can look at the goal post, see the little flag hanging from the goal post to let you know which way the wind's blowing. Or you can look at which way Rose lined up, because just like last week, when to start the game going in.
Well, the other part is, of course, the other team's done, too. Like, the biggest disappointment walking by sessions, all of a sudden you see something over and burgers and brats and everything else, and then all of a sudden you hear a student screaming, "No!" And about 4 or 5 of those hit the ground. And he was really distraught over it. It is windy. It is a little bit blustery. It's a great football game. It's almost perfect conditions, except you didn't have the wind. You'd love this crowd that's in the shade. I guarantee you they're up.
Yeah.
It feel like 35 or 40 degrees in the shade. The sun, it's pretty nice out here, and those players won't regret that today. Teeing it up for Rose-Hulman as they prepare on this one. Kickoff man for today is Jake Zimmerman from Escondido, California. Had a great ball game last week. Scored on a touchdown and then kicked a couple of them into the end zone. Here comes Zimmerman. He'll get prepared. He'll pound this one deep. Line shot, gets it in the end zone. There's another one. First and 10 to the 25 will be Defiance. Possession of this one. A little bit different on this one as we look at it for Defiance College, starting at wide receiver, Terry Geiger, number 4. Number 15 is Jason Santora. Number 3 is Amin Shahid, sophomore at Fayetteville, Georgia. The quarterback today is Cole Rector. The running back, Jalen Wilkins. And we'll get that on this lineman, Chris Key, 74. Number 71, Matt Groves. 66, Omar Lagarde. Number 76, Isaiah Robbins. 3 receivers, top screen. They'll run somebody back in.
That's the way you want to start the game.
That's not a good start
the game.
Timeout by Defiance. We'll take one as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman football.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
So not a way to really start this ball game. Defiance finds themselves empty in the backfield. 3 receivers at the top and in motion. And number 1, he'll get the ball on the jet sweep, and he'll lose about 7 yards on the play. And again, a nice opportunity with Shane Welsh and, number 1, Malachi Bigham. I read the wrong side already.
That's right.
Malachi Bigham, the defensive back, sophomore from Homerville, Georgia, in on offense as they're looking to try to gain a spark that way. Lost 7. It'll be 2nd and 17. 3 receivers, bottom of the screen. They're throwing it down the sideline. Got an opportunity, but didn't see the ball. Was the back out of the backfield, number 19. And that's Paige Hayes, a junior from Bryan, Ohio.
Cole probably not going to have a whole lot of time to set his back there. You want to get the ball out quickly on this third down play as engineers. Vince Sackard is getting in the backfield. The last couple of home games looking at the same thing today.
And it was Wilkins, number 39 out of the backfield. Just read that one. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. In is number 40 in the backfield. Quarterback under pressure. He'll go down at the 5-yard line, and that will bring up 4th down, and the punting unit will come out. He goes down, and they'll mark him at the 7 as forward progress. The punt will take place with the punter standing in the end zone.
They brought Mark Thompson in to block, to give a little bit of extra protection, but they just were swallowed up. Like I mentioned, got to get that ball out quick. Not going to have a whole lot of time.
Number 14, Jacob Borst, the senior from Paw Paw, Michigan, is back to punt. He's halfway into the end zone. Red punt for Defiance. Get it out. Left-footed. Pounds the ball. It holds up into the wind. That wind just took that one and marches it back to the 33-yard line. That's where Rose will take possession when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
The leaves are falling and so are the prices at York Chevy Buick on U.S. Highway 40 in Brazil. This month only, we have new Silverados up to $11,000 off. Sign and drive leases are back. The all-new Trax, $199 per month. Buick Encore, $179 per month. And the Chevy Colorado Crew Cab, so it's $247 per month. Stop by York Chevy Buick on US 40 in Brazil. The leaves are falling and so are the prices at York Chevy Buick on U.S. Highway 40 in Brazil.
Garrett White with the run up the middle. He'll gain about 5 yards, make it 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Starters for Rose-Hulman, number 9, T.J. Ballard, 11, the tight end Bryce Combs. The left tackle is Jonathan Bartlett, left guard Jake Huff. Center is Adam Kenyon. And Rose-Hulman has Andrew Dion at quarterback. He'll hand the ball to White over the right side. He'll be tripped up short of the 1st down, and it'll bring up 3rd down. He only gained 2 yards on that one. 3rd and 4 now. Right guard is number 71, Joshua Fisher. Right tackle is 69, Gavin Baker. Wide receivers, Noah Thomas, who leads Rose-Hulman in all the receiving categories. He's from Indianapolis, Indiana. Jake Zimmerman, number 4. Thomas on the jet, takes the ball over the left side. He's got clear and running room. He's at the 15. 1st down, Rose-Hulman, and a great run by Noah Thomas. We mentioned number 21, Garrett White, is the running back, and Rose-Hulman in that hurry-up, quick-paced offense. White with the ball. No, they'll pull it outside, and it was dropped on the outside as Dion tried to run the little bubble screen.
Not something that you see a whole lot of is a drop. So on that last play, White, great job coming from the backfield to get that nice lead block. Get Thomas a little extra room. Would have got the 1st down anyway. It's always nice to have that blocker out there.
3 receivers, close tight end. White with the ball off the left tackle, and really nice defensive surge there. 61 for Defiance with the play, and they're having some nice hand-to-hand combat out there. Damon Thomas, the defensive lineman from Imperial Beach, California, freshman, makes the play in the backfield, and a loss of 3. It'll be 3rd and 13. Ball rests at the 18. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Dion rolls out, has a man in the corner of the end zone, doesn't throw it there. It picks up close to the 1st down. They'll get the ball down to the 6. It'll be 4th and 1 from the 6.
That's put the ball where only your guy can get it. Adam Sturgeon, a great grab coming out of his break.
Good timing, nice rollout. He avoided the pressure. H-back setting on the right side. White in the backfield. They'll hand it to White, and he gets nailed for a loss. And turnover on downs for Rose-Hulman. Defiance will take possession at the 10-yard line when we return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Run up the middle will gain about 3 yards as a nice play. Defiance used to be a traditional triple option team. They handed the ball up the middle to number 40, and that's Mark Thompson, the senior, or excuse me, a freshman from Houston, Texas. He'll pick up 4 on that one. 2nd and 6. Again, Defiance College, they'll line it up, and they're in more of that run-oriented at third point. Pistol formation. Thompson, single back, play action. They ran up the sideline. They just threw it up, and it's incomplete.
2 receivers right there in the same area is going to bring like 3 defenders. And you're throwing the ball into the wind. You want to throw that on a line on purpose, but you let it stand up there and flutter just like that first punt did for Defiance. You're giving the defense a golden opportunity. Unfortunately, there, Rose not able to grab it.
Rose-Hulman doing a nice job with, and I'm going to call it, it's now basically a switch man-to-man style defense over the 3 receiver side. It's reading man-to-man is what it is. And with, so whatever they're throwing it deep, somebody's going to be on the slants and the out and the little double moves are what that. Play action. They'll step back. Good pressure. They've got close to him. They're throwing it up over the edge, and it's an incomplete pass. No penalty flags back in the back.
You know, that unfortunate part is for Brecker is that he didn't have anybody open when he really needed to be able to get rid of the ball. Sometimes you have to unload it anyway because you have a hold, partially because,
Personal foul. It'll be roughing the passer. Cole Recker, the sophomore from Monument, Colorado, gets this one. He's the second leading passer for Defiance this year and is able to get this start, and we'll see what he can do as he's thrown a couple of them up there, and it really had a lot of pressure in his face. That's the problem. He's not comfortable yet because he's got people all around his feet.
Be.
No, no, he'll have a hard time.
Yeah.
Rose-Hulman tends to put a lot of pressure on. They were able to get to Mount St. Joe's quarterback with ease last week. 4-man front, 2. Play actually, they run the draw. Got it over the head, and nice play call to only pick up 2 yards on it. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Going to definitely need to run the ball. Jalen Wilkins, fresh, running the ball time. They need to be able to establish a run game. I know they want to put the ball in there as well. Want to stay balanced, not let Rose.
So 2nd and 8 for the Yellow. Balls pressed just over the 30-yard line.
See the play clock for today. Fixed that little glitch last week.
Stepping back, Recker's throwing the fade. Nice ball. He's got him open and a great catch. He'll haul it out of bounds at the 39.
That one was more on the line than what you saw last time. Herb is not as much air under it. Is able to pierce through that wind and get to the intended target, Amin Shaheed. Boy, I tell you, you mentioned the speed of Defiance earlier. Better go off there, and you saw that right there.
Well, Defiance has some speed. It's just that idea of getting them to act function as a unit. And it's hard to judge speed and talent when you have that, but it's also about you understand what your job and role and responsibility is. Recker with first completion. It's a big one. Ball over the edge. They'll run the Jets off the edge, and again, a tough run and no place really to go. 28, the back for Defiance. That's Brandon Beckford, a freshman from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Zach Thielen in there on the tackle, one of the tacklers on there for Rose-Hulman, kind of wagging his finger, Matumbo style, saying, remember to come over here and get it.
Well, Rose-Hulman's defensive front is just spectacular.
Yeah.
The second half of the season, early in the season, they got beat up pretty good.
Right.
And here at the end, they're playing really well, very aggressive and very hard-nosed. Recker, they'll run the draw again, and that's a good call as it comes up. And again, they're only going to pick up about 4 yards on that. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Just kind of like a body blows and box, slow down that attack for the Rose-Hulman defense. Make him think. If you make your opponent think instead of just react, slows them down to tick, and it lets you get off some of this deep shots you're going to want to get off a little bit later.
So 3rd and 8. No score in this contest here in the first quarter.
Big 3rd down here for Defiance.
Single back. The backfield is Beckford. Bad snap, and he'll fumble it, and he'll go down. That'll bring up 15 to go. 4th and 15. Ball rests at the 45, and we'll see if Defiance take that punt, try to pin Rose-Hulman deep, and they are. Here comes the punt.
You could see just a moment ago the center. I'm not sure who it was. I thought it might have been Sally, who was very despondent over that low snap. And a big situation like that, you want to be able to get the play off and give yourself a chance.
Really weren't able to do that. Lamar Lagarde, freshman from Bradenton, Florida, is the center for Defiance, and here comes the punt team. They'll run a spread punt.
Play clock at 2.
Around, and they get the punt off, and he shanks it off the side, and they only get about 3 or 4 yards on it. Rose-Hulman will gain great field position somewhere near the 45. We return on Indiana Sports Network. Hand the ball to Garrett White up the middle, and a really nice tackle as the load was brought by like number 12 for Defiance, freshman and Freya Riley Clark stop there. Safe position up play. A lot of freshmen for Defiance, and they're playing hard.
Yeah.
White, he'll pull it back. Dion play action's got Noah Thomas down the middle. Could be, and it is. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman.
We question every week, Herb, how that young man gets open. Must have been a double move. Jalen Red got beat pretty badly on that play, as Thomas had all day to let that ball camp under him, and big score to get Rose on the board.
That was an outstanding throw by Andrew Dion and a great play action fake. It looked like White was going to get the ball up the middle, and when he came up to throw that one, those safeties did fit. They were close to the line of scrimmage. Thomas was wide open. Kick is up, and they're going to get that one through as well, and a nice job that time by Brett Tuttle from Jerseyville, Illinois. Rose-Hulman on the board. They lead 7-0.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman's commitment to the running game really did a nice job on that play, because Defiance was all over the run, and that just opened up the play action pass for a really nice play. Again, Noah Thomas right over the middle, puts that one in, and Rose-Hulman's on the board.
And with that, Noah Thomas now is number 5 on the career receiving yards chart for Rose-Hulman as he bumped Mr. Mark Kaufman down a slot. Now Noah Thomas number 5, and just these players rising up these charts, the ball goes in the end zone. You got multiple players, these skill position players rising up the career rankings and these Rose-Hulman in different categories.
Jake Zimmerman with that kickoff into the end zone, and he's really done a nice job the last 2 weeks. You can see him getting more and more confident with how he's kicking the ball, and he put that one deep into the end zone. It landed about 5 yards deep. Of course, it makes a difference when you have the wind behind you, but still, same opportunity for Rose-Hulman. So Defiance will come out for another series here. They really had trouble flipping the field on Rose-Hulman. The punting game hasn't helped them at all.
Right.
Rose-Hulman with short field to operate. They only have one touchdown out of it, where they had the ball and were stopped in that 4th down play early on.
Got to get rid
Recker
of it, man.
trying to get rid of the ball, and he'll be sacked way back. This time they'll give him forward progress at the 13. And what an outstanding job on the sack by Rose-Hulman, and they're just going to keep coming.
You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. That time you folded. Sometimes you got to know when to, I don't want to further the song, but you see the pressure coming, Herb. You got to be able to throw that ball away or scram it out of the pocket, throw it out of bounds. Keep yourself down and keep yourself in distance. Now, you're 2nd and 23. It's going to be a hard first down.
Well, the running the football has been very difficult for Defiance. They're going to throw that fade again.
Yeah,
He's got
like
him one more time, and almost picked off that time in a really nice play on the inside by the defensive back, Tice Miller, the freshman from Bargersville, Indiana. And Tice played very well last week with an interception, batted passes, and they're trying to pick on him, and he's probably the most athletic corner that Rose-Hulman has.
Yeah, you might want to pick on somebody else. I know he's a freshman, but Miller, he can play, and very talented young man. Rose does not have to play. They're in this position. They don't have to play freshman. So if you're seeing freshmen out here in the first quarter, there's a reason.
He's pretty good, and we saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
Again, man coverage by Rose-Hulman here at the bottom of the screen as they're preparing for another blitz opportunity.
To run the ball.
And here it comes. They'll throw it. He got a man open, and he couldn't hit him on that one. It'll bring up 4th down. And again, the punter for Defiance will be standing in the end zone.
And in that situation, I was hoping to see a draw, to be honest with you. Run the ball, try to get a few yards, make it so that Vars is not standing in the end zone. Jacob Vars, who is a senior from Paw Paw, Michigan, I think is who's been doing the punting duties. He's had a tough time so far in the first couple opportunities. Let's see if get off a better one here. Line down.
punt team for Defiance. Still going at it. They'll roll. He could have run that one for a long time. It balls could roll, and it does. He'll get him a nice roll. It'll be
What in the world?
It'll be Rose-Hulman football. He almost ended up with his feet on the football there. Rose-Hulman football to 43 when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Everybody clap your hands. Shot now, yo. Turn it out. Oh, yeah. Shot, real smooth.
Rose-Hulman with the football. Dion throws a little bubble pass out to Thomas. Thomas with a 3-yard gain, but that sets up the other things they do, which is the play action off, but they'll fake that one and throw it deep. That's what Rose-Hulman does. They have multiple plays, cover it one way. They're going to come back with later on and go for actual home run. Speaking of that, I'm watching some of the signals think, wow, that looked like that ball was. Inside, it's White. Makes the cut
nice
over
hole.
the 10. He's got 15, 17-yard gain for Garrett White. Ball rests at the 40, 1st and 10, Rose-Hulman.
Garrett White, a nice piece of running. Let this block develop and hit the hole hard. Found it.
Play action. He'll throw it back out.
Look at that blocking.
Here comes Noah Thomas. He'll pick up 7, 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 2.
Love to see wide receivers block downfield. Good job by Defiance, though, to get off their block to be able to make that tackle.
Well, they also have that extra safety over the top, and he had to come up and make a play. That's why it was an 8-yard gain.
And not a house call.
2nd and 2. Tight end to the top of the screen. 2 receivers at the top, make 3. White, he'll take the ball up the middle, just about make it through. He'll gain just a half yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
And on that one, you could really see on number 22, Steven Lucas, coming down from that far side edge. He sensed it was going to be a run, and he was crashed down, able to come from behind to help make that tackle.
They keep moving people back in. Bryce Dobbs and Caden Hellier have done a really nice job.
No safety.
It's cover 0, and here they come.
Oh.
White up the middle. They missed the tackle at the line of scrimmage. He picked up 5 and a 1st down.
On that 3rd and 1 call, the safe call to get the 1st down. And, boy, when any time I see no safety on Noah Thomas, my eyes get big. And just, I guess maybe that was Noah Thomas. Okay. It's hard to see these numbers, Herb.
White in the backfield. Hellier as the H-back. They'll set White right behind him in an I style. And they'll give the ball to they pull out, and he's got a
good pressure
forced
from
fumble.
behind.
They're going to call forced fumble is what they're going to call.
Thought his arm might have been going forward.
They're going to call a forced fumble.
Okay.
We're going to see what goes on here. Who recovered it? They're saying Hellier recovered it. 2nd down. I thought for sure Defiance had covered the ball. Really nice job by Caden Hellier, the senior from Tip City, Ohio, recovering that football for Rose-Hulman. 2nd and 7. White over the right side. Really nice block. Right tackle was the guy, and when you say that, Gavin Baker just dominated the junior from Wheatfield, Indiana. Huge block, actually took 2 Defiance players with him.
And when you do that, that's why you had that opportunity for White to be able to scamper for about a dozen yards there and get another 1st down. Rose now on the red zone one.
White sitting off the side, 3 receivers, top screen. And they get the snap. White off the side. No, Dion keeps it over the right side. He's got 1 man to beat. He's down to the 5-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and about 5 from they'll mark it at the 5. 2nd and 4.
Albert Bontemps, another freshman for Defiance, able to make that tackle. It was either you or touchdown, and good job by Bontemps to make that tackle to get Dion on the ground.
Rose-Hulman can get a 1st down if the ball rests inside the 1. It's 2nd and 3. Good run on first down. Wildcat formation, White with it. Here he comes over the right side. He's got an open. He's got a touchdown. Rose-Hulman. Andrew Dion throws one, and this time he catches a 5-yard touchdown pass from Garrett White. Normally it's the other way around. This time, Andrew Dion with the score.
Look at old Andrew Dion trying to move up the rankings in the touchdown reception.
And they're dancing in the press box. Having a good time with this one. Rose-Hulman on the board now with 13. Has a chance to make it 14. A little bit high snap. They got it down nice and got it through. And Rose-Hulman leads Defiance 14-0. A kick was good by Brett Tuttle. We'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And interesting to see Garrett White with a touchdown pass. Andrew Dion, more interesting with the reception as set up. Jake Zimmerman will kick this one deep for Rose-Hulman. They haven't been able to return any so far as he's pounded the ball in the end zone both times. Kickoff return.
That was, wow.
Bakari, he hits that one almost out of the end zone.
And the wind started really picking up there, and it got into the jet stream.
Get that one up in the jet stream, and it goes. But Rose-Hulman with the wind behind its back and a 14-0 lead. 1:52 left to go here in the first period, and Rose-Hulman continually grinds on this one. They don't have to win by a lot. They just have to win this one to set up the opportunity to play this next week against Hanover. That's what the big ball game for Rose-Hulman will come down. The whole season will come down to next week's ball game for Rose-Hulman. Option-oriented team. Now they're into it. Play action. They'll get the reverse, and they got a man open. And he's down the left sideline, and he'll pick up the first down. Really nice play call for Defiance College as number 30, the man outside, and they're rotating a bunch of people. That's Thomas Coltrane, a freshman from Leslie, Michigan. Picked that one up for the first down. Number 3, excuse me, I hit the wrong man again. That's Hamid Shahid, the sophomore wide receiver from Fayetteville, Georgia. Really nice. They needed a play, and they needed a first down, and to run the football on first down instead of get sacked on this. Again, you see the triple option. They used to run it a bunch. Hand off up the middle. He won't gain anything, maybe a yard. But at the same time, he didn't lose a lot of yardage, and the clock's going to run.
Didn't lose it, and he gives something else to think about. And sometimes you just have to show due diligence, and I think that's what they're doing there is, going up the middle to show due. Of course, you want to get a big gainer there, but probability of that was very low. So, line right here, but
the other part is if you run it towards the short side like they did, you have the pitch guy. Somebody's got to pick up the wide receiver off the edge, and a little bit of play action can hurt him as well. Pistol formation, they'll play action, run the draw one more time, and he just got hammered.
He sure did.
Lost 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 14 as a really nice play up front by the defense for Rose-Hulman as they just collapse that pocket back in on him and effectively make the play off the draw.
The last play of the quarter.
And with that opportunity, we'll take a break. You're watching Rose-Hulman football. They lead Defiance 14-0.
Terre Haute, a great place to stay and play. Restaurants, hotels, motels, and campgrounds. There's something for everyone. Terre Haute is the home away from home for students of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Indiana State University, where there are always great educational activities and sporting events. Enjoy the Children's Museum. Terre Haute hosts Blues at the Crossroads Downtown Music Fest, Rib Fest, and the Banks of the Wabash Festival. Plus the HCAC Quarter Midget Championship, open wheel racing at the Action Track, and 5 national college and state high school cross-country championships at the famed Laverne Gibson Cross Country Course. There's plenty to do and enjoy in Terre Haute, so come stay and play.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that.
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this. Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Defiance College will have a 3rd and 14. And again, Defiance playing pretty well defensively, caused Rose-Hulman problems. But this one, here we go. Back pass. They should have a screen. They have one set up over the top and didn't get the pass completed. This time again, trying to go for Amin Shahid, sophomore from Fayette, Georgia. He couldn't haul it in. It'll bring up 4th down.
And that was a kind of a lengthy screen pass, if there, Herb.
Well,
the pressure was coming, but
looked like opportunities for both. They had a screen and they had a crosser, and he hits the crosser. Neither one of them goes, and in this case, Defiance will again.
Well, it almost went.
Yeah.
The other direction.
The other direction. Setting back punt now. The punter, Big Fort. Again, they're get this one down. They've had trouble because of the wind.
Look out.
Punts the ball over the left side, and with the wind, gets some roll. It'll go out of bounds inside 30-yard line, and that's where Rose-Hulman will take over when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at York Chevy Buick on U.S. Highway 40 in Brazil. This month only, we have new Silverados up to $11,000 off. Sign and drive leases are back. The all-new Trax, $199 per month. Buick Encore, $179 per month. And the Chevy Colorado Crew Cab, so it's $247 per month. Stop by York Chevy Buick on US 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one. You are. You're number one at York.
Rose-Hulman with a football. H-back running to the side is Hellier. They'll give the ball to White over the right side. He's got running room. Picks up 7, 8, makes 9 yards on it. Rose-Hulman with awesome first down run for the Engineers. They'll hurry up again. 3 receivers, bottom of the screen. Ball set. Dion in the backfield along with White. They'll give the ball to White up the middle. He's got yardage and a first down.
Boy, if you can grab 9 yards and a first down carry, you're doing really well. And then pay it off, give it back to him again, and get another 5, and just keep those clocks moving, the chains moving, and keep going down the field. And I tell you, Garrett Wright is just a worker.
White runs very well.
He does.
Just consistent. If his pads are square to the line of scrimmage, gaining yardage. White, nope, they're going to pull up. Dion throws a hit out to the side, a nice catch, and picked up positive yardage. It was T.J. Ballard with the reception, the junior from Louisville, Kentucky. And he'll move the chains again a little bit farther forward at 2nd and 5.
You know, when you look at that first quarter, Herb, we talked about the Mountain Union game, the benefits, but if you can act like for a moment that does not exist, if you look at the first quarter scoring, Rose has outscored their opponents now 99-0 in the first quarter of their contest after Mountain Union.
They just continually come out with their heart plays on playing a game of football. Power on the inside. White again goes forward, but he doesn't pick up very much. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him 1 yard on it, 3rd and 4. So big opportunity for the Fighting Engineers. 3rd down and 4. Ball rests just on this side of the 50. Coming into the ball game for Rose-Hulman, number 10, wide receiver in this case, Adam Sturd.
Noah Thomas took himself out of the game a little dinged up on that last play.
Didn't like something. He's heading towards the 10. Screen pass. They've got it wide open. It's White with the cut. Another one inside. He has the first down, and if he makes it by that one, that's an actual touchdown because everybody else is on the ground.
Yeah, Jacob Huff, and y'all had Nathan Griesbaum out there blocking, and those big boys are ready to lay the wood on somebody.
They came down and made the block, then picked up the first down. Zimmerman here at the bottom of the screen is the wide out, along with Ballard at the top of the screen. Rose-Hulman now huddling just a little bit. Substitutions into the ball game, and that's why number 7 is Eric Morris, the senior quarterback, and Rose-Hulman's giving him a series right in the middle of this. White off the left side, he'll lose 3 yards.
Don't see Rose go backwards very often, but that time they did, and it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how long we see in the tent. Noah Thomas, like I talked about, he just kind of jogged over, told his coach, and then jogged to the tent. So nothing major, but something that he didn't feel that was quite right on a couple of plays ago. We'll have to monitor that as his game progresses.
Well, in years past, Rose-Hulman, especially towards the end of the season, has had to go as deep fourth string at quarterback. Morris has played as well. Morris, the senior, drills White, and White gets lit up on the side, drops the football, wasn't able to hold on to it. It'll be 3rd and 13 as White couldn't catch the ball from Morris, and Morris stuck one right in the chest.
And that was a nice ball by Morris, but right there, Johnny on the spot was Thomas Coltrane. I love that. Thomas Coltrane.
I know. Gotta love some of the names you hear are awesome.
That is a great.
Zimmerman, bottom of the screen. They're going to run the draw, and here comes Garrett White over the left side. He'll pick up about 10 yards. It'll bring up 4th and 4, make it 4th and 5. Ball rests at 37.
Hate to nitpick, but you'll love to see old Zimmerman get a little bit better block, hold that block a tick longer to maybe give White an opportunity to get that first down.
And a 4th down play, and they're in the, do I punt? No. Do I just go for it? Sure. Go ahead. They have a 14-point lead. Here's Morris at quarterback. White in the backfield. They'll throw the quick slant. They've got a potential first down. They do. First down, Rose-Hulman right at the stick. Threw it up, and number 11, Bryce Dobbs, the senior tight end from Queen Creek, Arizona, makes that play.
But I'll tell you, that was a great tackle there by Steven Lucas, the junior from Warren, Michigan. Played that one really well. Played it to the stick. Know it's going to be a quick route.
Tight end, bottom of the screen. They'll throw the bubble, and it's batted down. That's an actual pass. They'll knock it down. Really nice play by number 52, Ahmad Burrows, the freshman linebacker from Irvington, New Jersey.
If these underclassmen stick with the program and they keep developing, you could have something here in a year or two. There's a lot of underclassmen that you're seeing, and you can see there's talent out there in this program. There's talent on this field. There's speed, there's size, there's athleticism. You would love to see them stick with it, stay with it, maturing.
There's a huge difference between a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old playing college football. There just is. We've seen it happen over and over again. You say the same thing when you see high school football play. There's a difference in the age maturity level. Running the football up the middle and picking up about 8 yards. Number 1, and that's Shane Welshins, sophomore from Robart, Kentucky. And Shane can run the football. We've seen him run it before. He's a consistent back as well. So even though Garrett White has been out on this one, again, Welshins can run the football, and he showed it on that play. 3 receivers bottom of the screen, including the tight end.
Watch the shot.
They'll take it out. Morris, they'll hand it off to Welshins, and he'll gain nothing on this one. It'll bring up another 4th down play for Rose-Hulman.
You know, you mentioned the difference in between underclassmen and upperclassmen. A lot of times, I think it's consistency. You see a freshman or sophomore, they can make a splash play, but can they make multiple plays in a row, the same effort, same consistency? And sometimes that learning curve is there to a point where it takes a year or two to get that consistency that you'll find from juniors.
You're in the backfield. So is White. Replace him with the big boys. Morris will take the snap. He'll hand it off to White. No, he pulls it out, throwing for the touchdown, and Zimmerman couldn't hold on to it. Good ball by Morris. He stuck it right on him on 4th down. Could not score. Turnover on downs. And with that, we'll take a break. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student. The all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Can't fault Eric Morris on that one. He stuck it right in there. Woo! Big hit down the middle. He had a man open, and I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for the pressure on that one, you're looking at Cole Recker with a potential touchdown pass as he lit that one right in there and just about a foot over where he needed to be is number 5, the Cameron Harris from Canton, Mississippi. Had a chance to pick that one and go the distance.
He did, and he had a half step on his defender. Boy, I tell you, that was a great job getting to the quarterback, and that really saved that touchdown because I think Tyson Miller got beat on that. Just safe.
Back pass again, Wrecker. He's throwing this one deep. Same thing. And again, number 6, the intended receiver, Maurice Ponder from Dallas, Texas. Got a lot of freshmen who are identified as defensive back, running back, or whatever else. And they're putting them in positions trying to get something generated. They have the speed. They're just going to have to get a little bit more technique in what they're doing with their route running because right now you just can't throw it deep every play. You're not playing a video game, and these guys aren't going to be open every play.
Well, the good thing about throwing it deep is it'll save hit a quarterback because when he's holding the ball, he's getting pummeled back there. So these deep routes, the one good thing that I do like about it is getting the ball out of his hands.
Well, Rose-Hulman's helping them out. They're rushing 6 as they do. Man open,
one.
they throw the
Look out.
crosser and didn't get that one. So you rush 6, you have 5 to block them, and your quarterback's got somebody in his face every play. 4th down, 3 throws, and less than 30 seconds go off the clock on this one, and that's not real good for Defiance.
Rose-Hulman's defense has got guys in ghost, and you're seeing guys all over the place because you're seeing these these maroon and gray uniforms coming in and right face hitting you in the chop. Makes you want to get rid of the ball just a little bit faster than you maybe would want.
Punt. Again, they'll set it up one more time. Left-footed punter. He's had opportunities potentially to run this. Rose-Hulman is continually rushing from this left side. Here he comes again. Went over his head.
Batted out of the end zone.
He better be throwing it out. And he does.
Oh. Well, that was we kicked it out of the end zone. He was trying to scoop it up for some reason.
No, I thought he scooped. I think he threw it backwards. We'll get that one. Safety in this one as Jacob Force throws it out of the back of the end zone. The cannon goes off, and we'll come back with the free kick. Again, Rose-Hulman leads 16-0.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
So still a 2-touchdown game. This time it takes two touchdowns and 2 extra points and running them in. But Defiance, and you look at it and you go, well, that's a horrible play. Well, yeah, the punt snap went over, but a nice job by the punter to bat the ball out of the back end zone or throw it out of the back. And by doing so, he saved them field position, ultimately the opportunity to go out and play defense rather than 4-point touchdowns 2 or 3 yards out.
And they have the win with this kick here. So look, they may be able to have Rose on their own side of the 50-yard line. I'll be close to that depending on how far this kick goes, how much air time you get.
And as Riley Clark, freshman from Cooper's Cove, Texas. He'll kick this one off. He pounds the ball. He gets a pretty good kick into it. Goes back. Thomas with the ball to 25, 35, 40.
Back.
And he'll get right at the 43-yard line. Rose-Hulman will gain possession on Indiana Sports Network. So as we look at this one again, Rose-Hulman coming off of the safety over Defiance. Kind of for them, gave Rose-Hulman a lot of field to go by instead of having the ball at the 50, 20, 30-yard line. Now Rose-Hulman at the 42. Morris is still back in. Eric Morris, the senior, getting his chance here in the first half. And we're looking down around at Andrew Dion's over on the sideline. He's not calling the plays, but he's right alongside the quarterback coach. He knows what's going on. Flare pass off the side. It is a screen. White with the ball over 15, 17-yard gain, and a first down for Rose-Hulman.
You love that the senior is Boy, he's so strong. He does not go down on first contact. Also love the fact that Noah Thomas is back in the game, so he's, out of the medical tent and back on the field, and see if he can catch a ball or two from Ole Miss Morris.
3 receivers, bottom of the screen. White, the lone setback. He'll take the ball, power up the middle. He'll gain a couple yards and make about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Consistency. I mean, he is just model of consistency for these engineers. Takes the tough runs and doesn't try to do a whole lot of, side-to-side dancing.
And Andrew Dion, again, not in at this point. Eric Morris, the quarterback, 2 receivers top and bottom. White with the ball, and he just got hammered. Just a great play by number 52, came in off the edge.
Yeah.
Ahmad Burrows, again, the freshman, Irvington, New Jersey. We've said his name a couple times. That's a solid player at that defensive end, outside linebacker position.
Also had my man Thomas Coltrane out there, another freshman from Leslie, Michigan. He was in there as well.
Morris steps back. He'll throw it the other direction for the screen, and they get the catch. And potential first down. Nope, he's short. But a really nice catch and run that time. And, again, good offensive play call by Rose-Hulman. They get the ball to Noah Thomas.
And just when he was almost going down, he got a little boost from his teammate, kind of pushing him forward, jump-starting him to get those extra yards to make this a 4th and very manageable here.
4th and 4, again, Rose-Hulman inside that 40-yard line. No sense in really punting the ball. They're continue to try to move chains and keep it going. 7:20 left to go here in the second period.
I'd love to take a shot down to Thomas on deep.
Morris with the rollout. He's got a man open, and does he get it there? He does, but it's dropped.
Yeah,
they say it hit the ground. And again, another turnover on downs for Rose-Hulman. The Defiance defense holds, and we'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell.
3 receivers, bottom of your screen. They're throwing. They got a man open in the corner, and it is potentially picked. A great defensive play that time, believe it or not, by Kerry Geiger for Defiance as he knocked the ball away from Rose-Hulman's Zach Phillips, who had a chance, senior had a chance for that interception, and he just couldn't haul it in.
Boy, it's once again a situation where Cole Recker's taking one in the chop because, boy, I don't know what the numbers are, how many times he's gotten hit today, but it's about double digits.
It's almost every play, and the reason why they're empty backfield, they're going man-to-man. You just have to throw it, like immediately turn and throw.
Exactly.
You have no chance. There it is. He throws it. He's got a deep man in the corner, and he's going for the potential touchdown every play.
You got to throw it to a spot and see if your guy can run underneath it, especially when you have the win right now. And I just the one thing that I haven't seen, and maybe in the first possession, maybe a quick little screen to the outside, a little bubble screen to the outside. We've seen Rose-Hulman do that a few times. That's the one play that, boy, you got 2-3 receivers on one side. Throw it to one of them, see if you catch a block, and just haven't seen that play call. It's just the chunk plays all day.
Well, Rose-Hulman.
There it is.
They try to get it there, and he gets nothing. And that's a great defensive end play, and I'm going to say that. Rose-Hulman with a great defensive end play, and it's outside linebackers and defensive end. 46 and 43 in on the play for Rose-Hulman, and 46 is Andrew Hesse, and 43 is Tyler Smith. Those dudes were all over that as they went right down the line and made the play.
That's the first time we've seen that play call. And stretch the field a little bit, because you're taking your shots down deep, but throw a little screen out there like that. See what you get.
4th and 9. Punt team on for Defiance. Motion across. Nobody goes with him, and this is the one we're seeing.
Oh,
snapped it over his head again.
Oh,
and he lost it. Picked up, scooped up. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman.
Oh, that's tough.
Zach Phillips on the score. He dropped the pick just to be able to scoop it up and score, and Rose-Hulman scores at 22-0, the Fighting Engineers.
These guys are just out here having fun with it. That's a tough one. You hate to see special team. The special team is struggling so badly here today. You hate to see a unit just. You don't want these kids to get demoralized. You want to keep them with their heads up, fighting forward. But the special teams are having so much trouble.
And with that, again, a 22-0 lead, and we'll see it was considered a fumble recovery, not a block punt, and the extra point is up, and it's good. Rose-Hulman leads 23-0 here in Hall of Fame Day at Rose-Hulman.
Everybody clap your hands. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. Oh, yeah. Cha-cha, real smooth.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
So Rose-Hulman comes back. Zimmerman will tee it up to try to kick it off. The last couple, he just bashed in the end zone, but that was because they had the wind. This time the wind is in his face, not at his back. We'll see if Jake Zimmerman can hammer this ball towards the end zone. Deep for Defiance College is Makari Biggums. He's standing at the 12-yard line.
Ball falls off the tee. One more drive, we're going to have to get Linus to go out there and hold it.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Did you know that? It's actually Charlie Brown.
Yeah, you're right.
See,
it is Charlie Brown.
And that's
I forgot.
because
I tried to make it on the spot. And I was like, I'm thinking on the spot. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Okay.
It's Charlie Brown.
All right.
Actually, it's Lucy. Charlie Brown's a kicker.
He's a kicker.
So
Lucy.
we'll have to figure out. We'll tell you who Lucy is after this play. We'll tell you who Lucy is after this play. They're liking this one. Zimmerman pounds the ball. It holds up. It'll go to the 17, and that's where he'll start the return from. Picked up at the 25 and drugged down. They'll give him forward progress at the 26, and that's where Defiance will have the ball when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Terre Haute, a great place to stay and play. Restaurants, hotels, motels, and campgrounds. There's something for everyone. Terre Haute is the home away from home for students of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Indiana State University, where there are always great educational activities and sporting events. Enjoy the Children's Museum. Terre Haute hosts Blues at the Crossroads Downtown Music Fest, Rib Fest, and the Banks of the Wabash Festival. Plus, the HCAC Quarter Midget Championship, open wheel racing at the Action Track, and 5 national college and state high school cross-country championships.
Went deep. Got a chance and just underthrew him that way. They faked a quick screen and went deep, which is the right call to make. Folks, Union Center for Sports Medicine is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. The certified athletic trainer for the Fighting Engineers is Scott Keller. Samir Babishi and Jerry Palmer, MDs from the Union Medical Group, serve as the team doctor. Union Health, caring Rose-Hulman athletes. Empty set. Again, Rose-Hulman rushes 6 every time, and he's going to have to move inside, and there's a pass completion for 5 yards. This one goes to number 15 for the Defiance Yellow Jackets, and that's Jason Santora from Avon, Ohio. He'll pick up 5 yards, 3rd and 5.
I thought you were going to say Avon, Indiana.
There's Avon almost everywhere. So, Defiance College, 3rd and we'll make it 6. They'll give him 4 yards to catch. Again, Rector all the time doing this. You know, Clemson used this same defensive front Rose-Hulman's using, and there's a potential pick, and he didn't get it. But a really nice play there by Rose-Hulman's Andrew Hess for the junior from Loveland, Ohio. He'll get the pass breakup. He had a potential pick 6. Keep his feet, jump up and down. If he could jump 12 feet off the ground and keep his feet, he'd have scored. You know, one of those.
Bring the butt team on. I hate to say it, but I disagree with this. I know you have to, but man, they're struggling so bad right now. I might not punt anymore before half. I might go for it and see what I can get. Throw a chunk play down the field, hang it up there, and if you get this intercepted, so what? That might be your best type punt.
Snap. This one's a
That
little
was
low, and he gets it
And he
blocked.
blocked it.
And
I
it's
wouldn't
blocked
punt.
and potential return, but no, it's past the line of scrimmage. They'll let it fall. A 3-yard punt. Rose-Hulman will gain possession when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Morris hands the ball off to White. He'll pick up 2. White carries that ball up the middle. 2nd and 8.
I would love to White game finished at halftime, if not before. To be honest.
Morris again in the backfield. Hellier, the H-back. They'll hand the ball to White over the left side. He's got no place to go, and he's hemmed in, and he'll lose 4 yards. Nice play by Defiance. Defensively, Defiance has done a decent job at controlling Rose-Hulman. Again, there hasn't been 23 points given up by the defense of Defiance. It's been primarily the offense, or not necessarily the offense, but special teams and offense, allowing Rose-Hulman great field position. Morris, play action, got a man open down the left side. It's Zimmerman. He'll catch the ball at the 8 and pulled out. Hey, there's another defensive play by Defiance as the turnover will give the ball to the Yellow Jackets, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the 19 when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Defiance College with the football, 1st and 10 from their own 19. They'll set back throw it down the middle, and right off the
Did you see it?
Right off of the hands of Donye McNary, the freshman from Dayton.
And why did it go off his hands, and why did it stay out? He didn't finish his throw. He flicked the ball out there and flinched because he knew that hit was coming.
Well,
it's just tough right now because you got guys in your face every single play. I honestly don't blame him for it. I honestly don't.
Well,
but it's the Brian Frost of that
Rose-Hulman.
Rose pressure.
Rose-Hulman has brought pressure. They're bringing 6 every single play when they go empty. That's what Rose-Hulman's done. They've done it all year. This is what Clemson did in the national championship game. They'll bring 6 and then they'll back them off. That's what they did there. They got a vertical down the middle, and he's got the football down the left side. A nice hole in by number 4, Terry Geiger, the junior wide receiver from Columbus, catches that one in a huge game for Defiance.
And that was a good ball right there. Once again, in pressure, that pressure coming at you, just throw it up. That's what I wanted them to do on that punt situation. Just run some verticals and throw it up, see if somebody can grab it. So, but that time a great grab by Geiger, even to kind of tip the ball, as his hand was kind of being held a little bit.
3 receivers, bottom of the screen, through the top, set. They'll
Look
get
out.
back, throw again. Hit down the middle, and a big hit down the middle.
Ooh.
And a nice play.
Oh,
no one's hurt on the play. This one by, looked like 21. That's Winston Amagwa, sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, with the pass breakup.
First time we said his name
no,
today.
No, it's 31. It's 31.
Okay.
It's Dow, the freshman from Indianapolis. And I'll tell you what, I think some of the players that have worked themselves into starting positions for Rose-Hulman have speed and athleticism that the older guys didn't have. He's going to throw this one out of bounds, and he just got hammered on it. Again, you can't just block with 5 if they're bringing 6 and expect that guy to stay alive more than 1 or 2 ball games.
he's taking a beat back there. Cole Recker, he's a brave young man who was just taking a pounding today. This is, see the tape on Rose-Hulman, you know they're going to bring pressure in these situations.
You'll get
put a guy in the backfield for the young man, would you please?
You'll virtually get the same blocking scheme if you put a single back in. The issue is you don't get single coverage. Right now, there's single coverage everywhere, and Rose-Hulman brings 6.
Oh,
he fumbled the ball, got a chance, and he's sacked. That'll lose 15 yards. And the sack happens clear back at the 49. And again, another tough one. It's 4th down. The ball rests at the 49-yard line, and I don't think you're going to see. Yes, you are. You're going to see the punt team come in, and you could fake this one, but you've got 27 yards.
Well, you have to
pick
fake
up.
it. You'd have to be able to snap it. So and that's been the problem. And I'm not trying to be funny, folks. I mean, that is the issue with the punt team right now. Snaps are low, they're high. So
now we've got a short punt, and when I say this, there's a difference in structure. So this is the difference in structure.
There you go.
And he's got that one, and he just pounds it down inside the 10. It's a 49-yard punt. Goes into the end zone. The ball will come back out to the 20. Rose-Hulman will have it 1st and 10 when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at York Chevy Buick on U.S. Highway 40 in Brazil. This month only, we have new Silverados up to $11,000 off. Sign and drive leases are back. The all-new Trax, $199 per month. Buick Encore, $179 per month. And the Chevy Colorado Crew Cab, so it's $247 per month. Stop by York Chevy Buick on US 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one. You are. You're number one at York.
Eric Morris hands the ball off. Garrett White up. No, Morris kept the football. He's got a 1st down, and the senior reads it correctly. And there's a flag on the sideline, and that's going to be on the sideline. It's either a sideline warning or the big one, and we'll see which one it is. More than likely, it's the warning. And it's a sideline warning on the Defiance sideline.
You know, we went to Danville last night to cover the Westfield Vikings. And how about the fact that at Danville, I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods, but in Danville, the umpire is Mike. So he's telling everybody.
Yeah, that's normal.
In Vigo County, I've never seen that. What's going on? I'm putting the call out for Vigo County to get in the out of the Stone Ages and give these referees a mic.
Speaking of out of the Stone Ages, right there, Garrett White with a run over the left side, another 9-yard gain on 1st down.
So you guys do that?
No, we can't. The issue is whether you can or not. College football doesn't. Most high schools are doing it. No different than playing with turf. About half the teams in Indiana now have turf field.
Never seen a referee in high school be Mike. I love it.
Garrett White breaks it over the left side, makes and misses at one tackle. He'll pick up 7-8 yards. They'll make it a 9-yard gain again for White as he runs consistently up the field. And Eric Morris has done a nice job in moving the offense, consistently moving it, and getting Morris, again, more opportunities to play as the quarterback. White off the left side. He's got big yardage. And it's not White, it's Welshins. Shane checked into the ball games, and I didn't see him, the sophomore from Robards, Kentucky, with a really nice gain at 20 yards. He'll put the ball 1st and 10 down at the 28.
White had 38 yards in the first quarter. Wonder how close he is to 100. Now he's right.
Welshins up the middle. He'll pick up about a yard, make it 2. Here comes White in again. They're rotating players in and out. 1:30 left to go here before halftime. Rose-Hulman with a 23-0 lead over Defiance.
About 1:20 to go. Second quarter. How Rose plays this.
That on the left side. It's Noah Thomas off the edge, and they tried to run the edge play, and they couldn't get it done. He tried to read it. Hellier with the block off that side, and they'll gain nothing on it. It'll be 3rd and 10. Hellier, the H-back. Noah Thomas now back in that slot position. Ballard is the other wide receiver. Thomas,
deep.
They're going down the middle, and he just misses over the edge. He tripped because because that was good defensive back position, and everybody got tangled up, and nobody ends up with a play.
Boy, and that's a tough one right there. You had 6 written all over that, but you just stumbled over. I don't know if it was the turf or the defender's foot. I think it was the defender's foot. Can't throw a flag on that, I don't think. But
Hellier with a good route, and Thomas was open on the corner route as well as he stoned his receiver. 3 receivers off to the top, 2 to the left. They don't bring the house, but they got a man right open down the middle, and there it is, Ballard with the catch.
Great job.
Oh, it is Thomas. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's Noah Thomas. Here I'm looking at Ballard. He's standing right in front of us.
Now they call the timeout to save that clock with 34 seconds right there in the inside 10.
And with that timeout, we'll take one as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
And it's been Eric Morris's ball game here in the second quarter. He's done a nice job in moving a football down the field. He hasn't done anything too dangerous. And to Defiance's credit, they played very well defensively. Had takeaways, several stops on 4th down or for turnovers. It's just the Defiance offense has had a hard time moving the football at all. Morris, quarterback. He'll set the offense. 3 receivers at the top. Ballard, one-on-one on the left side. He's got a potential open. They throw it in the corner for Thomas, and he's out of bounds.
Yeah, a little bit too far there. It was a good idea. Good pressure there by Defiance to make him get rid of that football as well.
So, 29 seconds left to go. The good thing they didn't have to use the timeout. It's considered an incomplete pass.
Plenty of time. You still got the second down. You could run all 3 plays and still have more time.
Tight end at the top of the screen along with Hellier. Toss. They'll give it out to White. He's got open room. Makes one cut, and he gets cut back right into number 61, who makes the play. Timeout's been called. Nice play by Damon Thomas, the freshman from Imperial Beach, California, on the tackle. Rose-Hulman with a timeout. We'll return for more here on Indiana Sports Network.
Bacon mac and cheese bites are the perfect comfort snack.
I needed some comfort, man. It's been a tough day.
What'd you do?
Well, I only got 10 hours of sleep.
Oh.
Get them while they're hot. Bacon mac and cheese or chili cheese bites are $2.99.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
That guy's 3rd and goal. Ball rests at the 8-yard line. 2 plays basically to score. 20 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Hellier in the slot, bottom of the screen. Nobody's really on him. Ballard, they throw the fade in the end zone, and he just threw it over him.
Too much wind. There's too much wind, and you're throwing the ball up there, it's going to flutter around. If it was no wind, that would have been a great throw, but just too much wind for that pass right there.
And the opportunity for the field goal. They're not going to relinquish points. Yeah. In comes the field goal unit. And for Rose-Hulman, that means the kicker, Brett Tuttle, the sophomore from Jerseyville, Illinois. Your snapper is Andrew Hess, the junior from Loveland, Ohio, and holder is Eric Morris. They'll try to put another 3 points on the board. 15 seconds left to go here in the first half. 4th down, and Rose-Hulman will attempt this field goal. Tuttle puts this one up, and he gets it. Rose-Hulman raises the score 26-0. The Fighting Engineers with the lead over Defiance, and we'll come back with that kickoff in just a moment.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Rose-Hulman will tee it up. Zimmerman again will kick it off. Hopefully the ball doesn't blow off the tee again, as we've had some strong winds. That's the only thing that makes this day a little bit iffy, because I'm telling you, it's a gorgeous day here in Indiana. Picture perfect here from Terre Haute. Zimmerman pounds this one. That's the correct way to kick it. Does it stay in bounds? Out of bounds.
Hit him? Oh, I thought it might have hit him almost.
It went out of bounds.
Just barely.
That's the way you want to kick it through a strong wind, is
Right.
just drill the ball down and keep it fairly low. And Zimmerman almost gets it to the end zone. Really nice job there. Defiance will come out with the football. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard
Hopefully
instead
they're
of
going to
25.
take a knee. I think both records.
12 seconds left to go here in the first half, and I don't think they will. And the reason why is because they still have an opportunity to try to score this.
Take a knee or run it.
I'm just telling you what's going to happen.
Yeah, they ain't going to run it.
They're
Nobody
down
in the backfield.
They're down 26-0, and
Doggone
with
it,
one
Herb.
good pass, they got a chance to move it down the field. They have timeouts. They'll
Come
throw
on.
it down the middle.
See,
He gets
that's
it
what I'm
picked
talking
off.
about.
And that's a potential pick six.
Gee whiz.
Down the right sideline. Cut back towards the middle. Does he score? No. Gets down at the 5-yard line. 2 seconds left. And you have to decide where you're going to do with it. If you're going to
Kick a
go
field goal.
for the other one or kick the field goal. And he probably should kick this one. We'll
Yeah.
see what he does. Really nice play that time. 46 on the interception is what I have. That's Andrew Hess,
Oh.
the junior. Let's see.
You gotta
It
either,
is.
You got to either take the knee or run the ball.
Andrew Hess with the really nice play. The junior from Loveland, Ohio. As we'll set up on this one, Morris comes out. It's the offense, folks.
It
They're going
is.
to take a shot in the end zone with 2 seconds left to go in this one, and that's why we kept it here, because we know something could happen like this, and there it is. Dion heading to the locker room right now, a little earlier than everybody else.
Don't know if it's got a little limp in his giddy up or is that just little Deion swag, little West Coast swagger. I don't know what is.
Well, I know what it means is Morris is going to throw the football here on this last play of the first half. Eric Morris, he'll take the snap. Settles over. He's rolling to his left. Got a man open in the end zone, and it hit him early. No flag, and that's the end of the first half. So Rose-Hulman will go in at halftime. They lead Defiance 26-0. And for Rose-Hulman, a big ball game. They have an opportunity to put themselves in first place in the conference with a win this week and next week. And if they can do that, they would find themselves in the Division III playoffs, and that's what they're fighting for right now. Again, a score at halftime, 26-0. Rose-Hulman with the lead over Defiance. We'll pause, come right back with our halftime program here on Indiana Sports Network.
This patty melt is loaded. Beef patty, grilled onions, melty cheese on Texas toast.
I propose a toast.
Oh, awesome.
Peter, you're dull.
Okay, this feels more like a roast.
I propose a roast.
Grab a patty melt while they last and order ahead for happy hour anytime.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
Terre Haute, a great place to stay and play. Restaurants, hotels, motels, and campgrounds, there's something for everyone. Terre Haute is the home away from home for students of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Indiana State University, where there are always great educational activities and sporting events. Enjoy the Children's Museum. Terre Haute hosts Blues at the Crossroads Downtown Music Fest, Rib Fest, and the Banks of the Wabash Festival. Plus, the HCAC Quarter Midget Championship, open wheel racing at the Action Track, and 5 national college and state high school cross-country championships at the famed Laverne Gibson cross-country course. There's plenty to do and enjoy in Terre Haute, so come stay and play.
Hall of Fame being introduced. you see just outstanding guys, wrestlers in this one. Let's take a look at halftime for Rose-Hulman as they've pretty much dominated this one. And I'll tell you what, just defensively, the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers have done a tremendous job. Only 5 of 22 passing for Defiance. And if you're looking at total offensive plays and yards, okay.
HCAC in both categories as a senior. Mike finished with a 21-8 career record as a pitcher with 147 strikeouts in 219 innings and hit .304 with 11 doubles as an infielder. He helped Rose-Hulman compile a 101-66 record during his college career and was a member of the 2008 NCAA Division III tournament team. Today, Michael works as a senior staff engineer at Betterment in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Matsui.
Right up front of the press box. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
The third inductee today is Thomas Reeves. Thomas was the first four-time and first two-sport academic All-American in Rose-Hulman history. He earned first-team COSIDA academic All-American honors in track in 2008 and football in 2009. Thomas was a second-team academic All-American in both sports in 2007. He was named the HCAC 2008 Field Athlete of the Year and was a member of the Rose-Hulman's first HCAC Men's Track and Field Championship team. Thomas had 71 football receptions for 1,504 yards and a school record average per catch of 21.18 yards. Today, Thomas serves as manager for Reach and Vault Engineering at Eli Lilly and Company. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Reeves. The final inductee today is Liz Ridgway-Krasowski. Liz earned 3 first-team All-HCAC honors in soccer and also earned first-team All-League recognition in basketball. She ranks 5th in Rose-Hulman soccer history with 33 goals and 85 points, scored 667 points with 409 rebounds in basketball, and held the javelin school record for 8 years with her toss of 116 feet 1 inch. Liz also was a member of the first NCAA Division III tournament team in soccer program history. She earned 8 total varsity letters, 3 in soccer, 3 in basketball, and 2 in track. Today, Liz works as an engineer for ExxonMobil and resides in Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Liz Ridgway-Krasowski. I love it. You can read more about today's inductees by visiting the display tables in the Sports and Recreation Center. Let's have one more hand for the Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2019.
You always talk at the right time,
Tremendous set of athletes if you're looking at just the accomplishments they had here at Rose-Hulman, but more importantly, you can notice where all of them are working and what they're all doing. As you can see him running down the track, and he's still got it. He can still move. And it looks like he could just put the pads on right away and go play again, doesn't it? So just an outstanding set of inductees into the Hall of Fame here at Rose-Hulman who has just tremendous set of people going through. You're looking at it. They're called fighting engineers because it's the #1 engineering school in the country. And if you look at almost every one of the players that Rose-Hulman has, by the way, 25 different states are represented on Rose-Hulman's roster in football. 25. It's a nationally recruiting school. They recruit the best premier athletes that also have that ability to be engineers and have reached a qualification that is unbelievable. One of my former players is right now doing things here at Rose-Hulman, and I'm looking going, this is a neat place for a lot of people to come to go to school, and that's why we're here. Really good atmosphere and a good opportunity. It's Hall of Fame Day here at Rose-Hulman. We'll take our first break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the halftime stats. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
Every
could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
This sports program is presented by authority of Wabash Valley Sports and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated in any way without prior written consent of Wabash Valley Sports.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And we're halftime, 26-0, Rose-Hulman lead over Defiance College. And when we look statistically at this one, really nice job by Rose-Hulman. They have 299 yards of total offense with 51 plays. And for Defiance College, they have 11 yards of offense. To hit again? What? Okay. What did I look at wrong? Oh, is there? I only saw one. Negative 11 yards, 35 plays and minus 11 yards. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong one. Well, and also team-wise, they have minus 62 yards rushing. So I missed that one. And when you're looking at that, this says minus 62 yards rushing off of 3 carries for the team. That's the punt issues that are going on, and that's where their negative yardage is coming from, as well as Cole Recker, the quarterback, who's just been running around and having a hard time because he's going to get hit almost every play. With that opportunity, just a tremendous job by the defense of Rose-Hulman. They've been able to play good man coverage and been able to do a really nice job. Passing-wise, Recker is 5 of 22 with 1 interception for 75 yards. And when you're looking at that, that's a lot of pass incompletion. That's the issue. You're having a hard time moving the football. So, but from Rose-Hulman's standpoint, they've been able to move the football almost at will until they get down in that red zone. And that's when Defiance College has played some really good football in the defensive side. So with that opportunity, again, Rose-Hulman without the ability to score a lot amount of touchdowns, they still lead 26-0. And most of the time it's been a field position game for the Fighting Engineers. They've had an opportunity to have the football on their side of where they won it across the 50-yard line. Defiance College with two big long pass plays that have picked up a majority of their completions, but at the same time, Defiance has not really threatened to score in this ball game, and without the ability to score, you just see their effort going down each quarter. They started out very well, held Rose to a turnover inside the 10-yard line to open the ball game, and then were not able to do anything with a 7-yard punt. And the second time they punted the ball for 0 yards. And when you do that, you're not able to do anything with the football as far as flipping field position, and Rose-Hulman was ahead 14-0 at that point. And when you're looking at scoring, we'll go down through that one. Andrew Dion completed a pass to Noah Thomas for 52 yards and a touchdown with 6:46 left to go in the first period, and Rose-Hulman was on the board. Brett Tuttle made the kick attempt, and it was 7-0. Garrett White then completed a pass to Andrew Dion as White was playing quarterback as the Wildcat version, and completed a ball to the quarterback, to the normal quarterback, as Dion got a touchdown pass back to him with 1:52 left to go in the first period, and it ended up being 14-0 at that point. The team then picked up, it says, a rush for a loss of 24 to the end zone. The safety by the team is what it's considered. Clock at 9:27. That's another 2 points on the board. It was 16-0. And then another interesting play off the punt formation as the fumble was forced by Shane Welshons. They recovered the ball. Zach Phillips recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown, and Rose-Hulman led 23-0 after the kick by Tuttle. And finally, with 12 seconds left to go in the first half, Tuttle ends up kicking the field goal to place Rose-Hulman ahead 26-0. And interesting, as Rose-Hulman had the ball at the 5 with 2 seconds left to go in the first half, they attempted to go for a touchdown and were not able to do it. So it could have been a much larger score. Rose-Hulman has played very well, but at the same time, Eric Morris has come in to play quarterback midway through the first quarter and has really done a nice job in controlling the offensive tempo for Rose-Hulman, although he hasn't thrown the ball a lot. Just the running game of Rose-Hulman and making sure this game flows along for the Engineers has been pretty good for the Fighting Engineers. We want to thank our sponsors for today's game, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Refreshment Services, and Pepsi, Riddell National Bank, Silent Drive-In, the Terre Haute Convention and Visitors Bureau, Union Center of Sports Medicine, York Automotive, and, of course, for Indiana Sports Network, our transportation is provided by York Automotive with locations in Brazil, Greencastle, and Crawfordsville. We're going to pause right before the start of the second half. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
The leaves are falling and so are the prices at York Chevy Buick on U.S. Highway 40 in Brazil. This month only, we have new Silverados up to $11,000 off. Sign and drive leases are back. The all-new Trax, $199 per month. Buick Encore, $179 per month. And the Chevy Colorado Crew Cab, so it's $247 per month. Stop by York Chevy Buick on U.S. 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
Bacon mac and cheese bites are the perfect comfort snack.
I needed some comfort, man. It's been a tough day.
What'd you do?
Well, I only got 10 hours of sleep.
Oh.
Get them while they're hot. Bacon mac and cheese or chili cheese bites are $2.99.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Rose-Hulman is back on the field, warming up, getting ready here for the second half with just a minute or so left to go before halftime is over. And you can see Eric Morris with that warm-up, trying to get ready to go here in the second half. Again, statistically for Rose-Hulman, they were able to move the ball very effectively. 299 yards of total offense in the first half for minus 11 yards for Defiance College on 35 plays. So offensively for Rose-Hulman, they've just continued to roll the football down the field. And again, opportunities to score have not been as good as what you would like if you're Rose-Hulman. You got inside the red zone on 3 different occasions and didn't score. And that's a little bit of a concern, but definitely defensively, Rose-Hulman has been really doing a nice job up front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage, and whenever you do that on both sides of the ball, you're able to win ball games, and that's why they find themselves ahead 26-0 here at the end of the first half. Rose-Hulman will gain possession of the football off the kickoff here to start the second half of the game. And as we get prepared for that one, you will see what's going on. There are anticipated guys in the back for Rose-Hulman. They, as their kick returner, should be Noah Thomas and Shane Welshons. We see Welshons out there already as they're getting prepared to start the second half. Kickoff teams are both lining up. Andress Riley Clark, the freshman from Texas and in Copperas Cove, Texas, will do the kickoff duties for Defiance, and he'll have to do it against the wind. And they have changed the deep guys for Rose-Hulman. Welshons is back there, but we have a deep man standing deep for Rose-Hulman on this one, as they've done some substituting, have the Fighting Engineers to make sure we have people in backup roles, getting quality time, being able to do things. And they'll break the huddle, get ready to do this one. So again, Riley Clark, the freshman, will boot this, an onside kick, and did they get it? Rose-Hulman recovers that one. An onside kick, and a very nice job on that kick recovery. Looks like number 12 for Rose-Hulman. And that would be Will Flannery, I believe. It could be Samuel Hedrick, and I don't know which is which on this one because we got the double number thing going on. Rose-Hulman with the football. Welshons will go in as the running back. Morris is the quarterback. Thomas in the slot here at the right side, along with Hellier in the backfield. Move it to the inside, play action fake. Morris goes deep. He's got a man down the side, a back shoulder throw, and a really nice pass breakup that time. 26 for Defiance with the nice play. Jaquay Janvier from the defensive back freshman from Miami Gardens, Florida, makes the play. He'll hand the ball off to Welshins over the right side. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up, well, we'll give him 4. It's 2nd and 6, or 3rd and 6. Again, trying to move the football down the field. Rose-Hulman opening drive of the 3rd period. 2 by 2, they'll throw the swing out to Welshins. They've got a nice screen set up. Does he get the first down? He's close. I think he'll have it. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. They're going to mark him out of bounds right at the sticks. It should be a first down, and it is. Rose-Hulman with the football. Hellier is the H-back. They'll give it to Welshins. He slips and falls. He'll lose a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. Some substitutes have already been made for Rose-Hulman. Zimmerman here at the bottom of the screen. They'll give it to Welshins. Welshins has a chance, makes and breaks a couple tackles, and he'll pick up another 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. And again, Rose-Hulman trying to move the football up the field. Will Flannery split in top of the screen, along with Noah Thomas in the slot. Hellier here at the bottom of the screen, along with Zimmerman, and they drew him off sides, and we'll see what the call is going to be. It looks like it's on Defiance, and we'll see what happens. That'll bring up 3rd and short if they can get him to jump. Not very many. Had a roughing the passer in one of the first series we had, and other than that, not very much at all. There hasn't been chippy. Nothing's going on. They'll stay offsides against Defiance. With that, Bryce Dobbs will check in, and it was Sturgeon was a wide receiver at the top of the screen. Hard for us to see the numbers until the sun came out, and it just came out bright and clear here. Beautiful Indiana fall day. Hellier in motion, back across. They'll give the ball. And rushing forward and getting that first down is Shane Welshins on a really nice job. He drove his feet and just ran through the tackler. More importantly, the clock runs and Rose-Hulman moves the football. 2 tight ends now. Welshins a single back. They'll hand the ball up the middle, and Welshins in the open field. He could score and does. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman. (32-0) now the score as Shane Welshins runs that one in from way outside, and that was definitely all linemen as they just dominated the line of scrimmage there and opening a huge hole. When he makes the cut, there's no one left. Up for the extra point again. And the kick is up, and this one is no good as they weren't able to get it across. Brett Tuttle misses that one, and the score stays 32-0. Rose-Hulman will return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Jake Zimmerman will tee it up, and he'll try to kick it into the end zone. He did every time he kicked the ball off here in the first half, this direction that went in the end zone. Rose-Hulman with the wind behind their back right. A 32-0 lead here in the third period. And like you said, I think defensively they're looking and telling their guys we want a third shutout of the year. He pounds this one again into the end zone, and Defiance will end up with the ball 1st and 10 when we return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbor.
Wrecker hands the ball off and gives it off to number 1, Biggums, who loses about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15. And again, Defiance trying to move the football and having a difficult time moving it up and down the field against this Rose-Hulman defense. Rose-Hulman has 2 shutouts already on the season. Looking for another one here this afternoon. 3 receivers bottom of the screen, 1 at the top of the screen. Wrecker steps back to pass, throws a fade down the sideline, and he's got him, but just over the reach. Made it really tough. Terry Geiger, the intended receiver, the junior from Columbus, Ohio. So 3rd down and 15 now for Defiance. And again, Rose-Hulman just continually playing solid defense, keeping things in front of them, making the other team make mistakes. That's been their mantra all year. 3 receivers, bottom of the screen. They'll throw the draw. They got the draw, and if he breaks his tackle, he could pick up the 1st down, but great defensive play off the edge. And a cornerback comes up and makes the play for Rose-Hulman, and a really fine job that time. 27 with the tackle, and Alex Perez, the senior from Grand Rapids, Michigan, forces the 4th down with only a gain of 5. They got back to the original line of scrimmage, and here comes the punt team for Defiance. Again, a really rough time for the punt team for Defiance. Snap, quick punt, they get it up. Driven down the field, and that ball's going to roll. That's a pretty good punt for him. It'll end up at the 34. That's where Rose-Hulman will end up with it 1st and 10 on Indiana Sports Network.
Everybody clap your hands. Cha-cha now, yo. Turn it out. Oh, yeah. Cha-cha, real smooth.
Rose-Hulman with the football. Morris will hand the ball to Welchins. Up the middle, he'll gain just a yard. Pretty tough there for Welchins. Really didn't have much of a place to run. Looking for the screen, they'll give it up. There's Noah Thomas off the left or off the right side. He'll pick up about 7 yards. He'll bring up a 3rd and 2. And 3rd down and 2 for Rose-Hulman. And with that, Morris will take the ball, play action. No, he'll throw it deep. He's going for the fade for down the sideline, and a really good defensive play for Defiance. There you go. Freshman from Tampa, Florida on the coverage. Nice job. And that'll bring out the punt team for Rose-Hulman. Scores around the HCAC. Manchester Trails Bluffton 19-14 in the second period. And also in the second period, the game everybody's watching, Hanover is leading 20-3 over Mount St. Joe, which could set up the huge game for Rose-Hulman this next week. We'll pause and come right back for more on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy.
Back to pass. And scrambling with a really nice job as Wrecker, he'll pick up a yard on the play. They won't give a sack on that one because he gained yardage. And with that, we'll take that injury timeout and pause with it for just a second. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
It's a Union Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. Let the Wabash Valley sports medicine experts take care of you. The Union Center for Sports Injury Clinic is open Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. at South 6th Street in downtown Terre Haute. No appointment is necessary. Union Health. Healthier together.
This junior garlic butter burger is so juicy. The butter really brings out the flavor.
Well said, Peter.
You're kind of buttering me up. What did you do?
You're just a really good friend.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Grab a $2.99 junior garlic butter bacon burger with tots while they last.
It's a Union Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. Union Health doctors and certified athletic trainers take care of athletes at 12 Wabash Valley High Schools, Rose-Hulman, and St. Mary of the Woods College. And they can take care of you.
Defiance with the football, and it looks like Isaiah Robinson walked off under his own power, and he should be back in on this one. Stepping back to pass, they'll throw the ball deep. They've got a man potentially open, and he makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. Just out of bounds was number 3, Amin Shahid from Fayetteville, Georgia. He had a chance on that one. Pretty good, solid coverage on the corner as he forced him towards the sideline far enough. He had no chance but to step out of bounds to make the catch. Third and 10 for Defiance. Ball rests just on the other side of the 20-yard line. Wrecker steps back to pass, and he's brought down at the 11-yard line. Sack. They'll give him forward progress at the 12. Rose-Hulman with another sack, and that'll bring up another 4th down for Defiance. So number 50 for Rose-Hulman with the sack, and that's Colby Horn, the senior from Naples, Florida, gets in on that sack. So the punter again with his feet resting at the 1. He'll quick punt this one, gets it up. It's out, but it's going to roll back inside or right at the 30-yard line. That's where Rose-Hulman will have it, 1st and 10 from here in Terre Haute.
The leaves are falling and so are the prices at York Chevy Buick on U.S. Highway 40 in Brazil. This month only, we have new Silverados up to $11,000 off. Sign and drive leases are back. The all-new Trax, $199 per month. Buick Encore, $179 per month. And the Chevy Colorado Crew Cab, so it's $247 per month. Stop by York Chevy Buick on US 40 in Brazil, where we're not number 1, you are.
We're not number 1.
You are.
You're number 1 at York.
Maxwell Hatch in at running back, play action. Morris going deep down the side, and good coverage that time for Defiance. Weren't able to pick up anybody open on that one. They're going for that touchdown opportunity. Let's see if I can beat my guy. Morris back in again, tight end to the right. With an H-back, they'll hand the ball off. And Hatch picks up about 3 yards. Make it 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. Maxwell Hatch on the carry. Into the ball game comes number 10, Adam Sturgeon, a junior wide receiver from West Lafayette. Hatch sets off to the right side of Morris. 3 receivers top the screen. Looking at Zimmerman, they throw the quick screen back out. Here's Noah Thomas down the left side. He's close to the first down. It'll be short. 4th and 1. Ball rests at the 22.
And you would think that they're going to go for this as they've gone for 4th down, 5 other attempts, please, something like that. So
it's either that or kick the field goal.
A long field goal, sure.
I mean, you could give him an opportunity to say, hey, you kick one. Maxwell Hatch, the running back. They'll give the ball up the middle to him. He's got close to the first down yardage, and I don't know if he got it. Pretty good defensive surge by Defiance, and they may have turned him around right there. And it looks like they held. We're going to see it set. And it is. The turnover on downs. Defiance College holds, and they'll take possession of this one, 1st and 10 at the 22. And
no measurement needed.
No, no measurement. They were a yard short. It wasn't even close.
You know, Rose is uncharacteristically 2-6 on 4th down opportunities today, and usually they're right around that 6% mark or so. And today, Defiance, like you talked about earlier, Herm, doing a good job defensively, staying stout on some of these huge 4th downs. A lot of talent, a lot of athleticism, and a lot of potential on this Defiance sideline.
They're really young, playing a lot of freshmen right now. They'll hand the ball up the middle and picked up about 2 or 3 yards.
When is the last handoff that you've seen Defiance?
It's been a while. It's been a while. It's in the second quarter, but the problem Defiance has had is they've never run the clock in the second quarter.
No.
The clock never ran. It's always 5 or 6 seconds each play, and that was it. In this case, the same thing's going on. Now the clock's running. 7 minutes left to go here in the third period. Rose-Hulman with a 32-0 lead. More important, they just want to continue to close this game out. 4-man front for Rose-Hulman defensively. Moving people around, and they just hammered it right in the middle.
The backfield early. They read that so well.
Well, you could see him rotating up. They rotated the safety off the edge to bring him towards that potential jet. And then they ran it up the middle, and they closed both A gaps, a B gap, and a C gap on a strong side, and there really was nowhere for that running back to go.
If there were other gaps, they would have closed them too.
They had everything covered on that one. The only thing they don't have is they ran a reverse earlier, if you remember, in the first quarter, and that's why that reverse ran well, because they had everything closed to the front side but not the back. 3rd down and 8.
That's a stunt.
Potentially to go, and he throws that one, and there's a back right there. No, there's a back right there, 39. He was standing right there, and a pretty smart play by the quarterback. In record to try to get rid of it. 4th down, and that'll bring on the punting unit for Defiance. We want to thank our sponsors for today's game, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Refreshment Services and Pepsi, Riddell National Bank, Sonic Drive-In, Terre Haute Convention and Visitors Bureau, Union Center of Sports Medicine, and York Automotive, all proud sponsors of Rose-Hulman football. The transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with locations in Brazil, Greencastle, and Crawfordsville. They'll get through this one snapped with under 5 left to go on the play clock. Good snap. And again, he pounds it up in the air, and against that wind, it goes backward. Ball will be at the 40-yard line. They'll say it's at the 39. And Rose-Hulman will take over 1st and 10 when we return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
This junior garlic butter burger is so juicy.
Maxwell Hatch is the running back. Eric Muller's the quarterback. They'll give it to Hatch. Hatch over the left side, break tackle, and he'll pick up about 2 yards on the play. It'll bring 2nd and 8. Eric Morris has been the quarterback since the second quarter. He's done a really nice job in just moving the football. Offense has moved the ball well. We just haven't scored inside 20.
Want to possess the ball and run this play clock down, which you don't see Rose-Hulman huddle very much. You're going to see this the rest of the game most likely, unless they get a chunk play and want to get to the line quickly after that. But you're going to see this run the clock down, just want to get out of the game unscathed and possess the ball, keep the offense on the field as much.
Morris with Hatch to the side. They'll give it to Hatch. Hatch over the right side. He breaks one tackle, but he'll be rounded up. No gain on the play. And again, Defiance College has played very well defensively.
They have. Their special teams led to most of the points that Rose-Hulman. How many times has Rose-Hulman taken the kickoff, march down the field? One?
Yeah, one time.
Everything else has been set up by the special state of Defiance. Not to say that Rose couldn't have moved the ball on Defiance. That's just the way it's set up here.
And Rose-Hulman in the huddle again. They'll break it with about 12 seconds left. There they go. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom of the screen. Morris sets back to pass. He's got a man under. If he just hits him, and he threw it short. Threw it short. It'll be 4th down, and clock stops on that one. 4th and 7.
That was the one bad pass. He didn't recognize the route for number one, and then number 2, when he saw his man, he threw him. So most of the plays in the balls of the first half be on the money. That one was the fourth throw.
And that's a footwork issue. For quarterback guy, you're watching this one. He had the over route that he's trying to throw the ball in, and they had bailed on the over route, under route, or the crosser, the drive route, wide open. Just couldn't hit him.
Uh-oh.
Bad snap by Rose-Hulman. Is he going to punt it? No, he's not. And Defiance College again ends up with a football, this time at the 48-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets will take control of the football when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network. Wrecker looking for the crossing route, and he's going to get sacked and brought down for about a 4-yard loss.
Give this kid a chance, guys. I'm disturbed, sir. I'll be honest with you. I'm disturbed at what I'm seeing. You got to make an adjustment, and I don't see any adjustments to help this kid out.
Well, the issue is they've got to get the ball into a couple under routes. Rose-Hulman, and here's where Rose-Hulman's good right now. They're playing great man defense.
Yes, they are.
You can see a single safety over the top. That means it's cover one. It's man-to-man up front and a single safety, and then they bring enough pressure to cause you a lot of grief in the backfield. And Rose-Hulman one-on-one has done a really nice job. And the same thing. 4-2 front up front. Single man coverage. They're going to throw the bubble, and it could have gotten picked, but that's a really nice catch. Pretty good movement, and they'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards on the play. And that's what they need to do. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Got it out fairly quickly to Bingham. Had a running back in the backfield to have a little extra block, giving your quarterback a chance.
So Bingham's with the football, picked up 7. And again, get it out of his hands quick. Yeah. He's not going to get sacked, all those kinds of things. And then you can go with the double hitch and move. But
sure.
Again, a 4-2 front for Rose-Hulman. Still in that 50 style. Got a man. There's a crosser down the middle. He's got him open, and nice completion for Wrecker, and he'll move the football inside the 25.
Very good. That's a nice set of downs right there for the first time in a long time here.
Hedrick with the stop for Rose-Hulman, Samuel Hedrick, sophomore from Brimfield, Illinois.
Now if the Rose defense, you got to bow up. You want that shutout now.
You can see the defensive guys down on the sideline ready to cheer this one on, see if they can get some pressure. He throws it down the middle. He's got a man, potential touchdown, Defiance College. Nice play by, in this case, Bigham's, as they found him down the seam, and the sophomore from Homerville, Georgia, scores to put Defiance on the board.
It was a nice little seam route by Bigham's. You can see the speed that he possesses got set by his man. And how about Cole having a little time and just putting it right on him?
Well, part of that was because they have the running back in the backfield. They add the extra blocker.
Go figure.
And they're going for 2. And they have to score 4 times with 8 points to put it. So they're actually playing the number game.
Well,
and the number game says.
That's if Rose doesn't score anymore.
That would be if Rose doesn't score anymore. But at this point, this is just a gutsy thing for Defiance. What they're doing is saying, hey, fellas, we're showing we're doing everything we can. You do everything you can. Here we go. Record, 2-point conversion play. Throwing the fade over the top. He's got him. Went off his fingertip. Didn't score. Bigham's again was the intended receiver. They couldn't get it down, and we'll come back for the kickoff with 32-6.
It could be anyone. The star student. The all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman will step back for this kickoff return. Tice Miller is the deep return guy. And he's ready to go on this one. We'll see what's going to happen. Again, Miller stepped back as the deep return man, and we know he's got a lot of speed. We've seen that from the defensive standpoint. Kicking off for Defiance is number 12. That's Andrus Riley Clark, the freshman from Caparis Cove, Texas. And they blow this one off. So, here we go. Wait. Are they going to ask for somebody to hold it? Is it going to be there? 6 at the top of the screen, 4 at the bottom as they separate this one out. He'll go onside kick.
Then go 10 yards.
Did not go 10 yards.
Kick it into the wind. It's not going to go 10 yards.
It didn't go 10, and with that one, Rose-Hulman will gain possession of the football. We'll keep this one right here. I think they're going to probably go a little quicker as they need to show that they can move the football and score on this one very quickly. The Fighting Engineers need that opportunity to move the football down the field. Morris has been the quarterback here in the second half. And so the football rests at the 43-yard line. And Welchins will be the running back. So here we go. Rose-Hulman with the football. Morris at quarterback. Welchins the running back. Play action. They'll go to throw. They've got a man down off the edge. He just couldn't get him the ball, and that was a tight end, number 11, Bryce Dobbs, who just didn't have a chance to catch that.
Ball a little bit behind him as well. It made it a little difficult for him. As Morris had a little pressure in his face that time, didn't he?
Kind of the way it works.
Yeah.
Peyton Sakalarius, the junior tight end from Reno, Nevada, at 6'3", he'll come into the ball game, and you'll see him in this one. 3 receivers. It's really a double tight end, and they'll give the ball to Welchins. And with Welchins, he makes one man miss. He'll pick up 3 or 4 yards. Ball goes to the 40-yard line.
Good job by Thomas Coltrane to stay with it, though. He got beat initially, and he was able to double back off of that spin by Welchins. Then come back and grab him by the shoelace, try to bring him down.
32-6 is our score. Rose-Hulman with the lead. And again, Defiance College has played very solid defensively. They just have not moved the ball very well until this last series, and they moved the ball quite effectively. Double tights, double flankers, single back as Welchins. They ran this for a touchdown in the third quarter. Play action. They'll throw the quick little slant. They get the nice throw. Good catch and a first down. Nice catch in this time by Riley Roberts, a sophomore from Greenwood, Indiana. Hauls that one in. Ball rests at the 25.
Nice route right there, and you had great protection up front as well, giving quarterback Eric Morris plenty of time to deliver a good ball.
That double tight formation is the one that causes a lot of defenses problems because they have to figure out if they're going to play it for a run or play it for a pass. In this case, they got the nice slant and an easy completion and first down. And you'll see tight end on the right-hand side. That's Dobbs. Along with him is Zacharias.
Ooh, what a block.
Welchins off the right side. He'll pick up 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 1.
What a block. You see that on the clearing out that safety coming from the right side to make sure he doesn't come from the back except tackle.
And this is a good offensive set for Morris. Just allows him to do a lot of different things on this one.
And we don't have to run another play this quarter. We shouldn't. This will be the last play of the quarter.
And that's the way that it looks it's going to be. Rose-Hulman's going to wait this one out. They'll go to the fourth quarter. They lead Defiance 32-6.
Terre Haute, a great place to stay and play. Restaurants, hotels, motels, and campgrounds. There's something for everyone. Terre Haute is the home away from home for students of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Indiana State University, where there are always great educational activities and sporting events. Enjoy the Children's Museum. Terre Haute hosts Blues at the Crossroads Downtown Music Fest, Rib Fest, and the Banks of the Wabash Festival. Plus the HCAC Quarter Midget Championship, open wheel racing at the Action Track, and 5 national college and state high school cross-country championships at the famed Laverne Gibson cross-country course. There's plenty to do and enjoy in Terre Haute, so come stay and play. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Well, and as we get ready to go on this one, statistically, Rose-Hulman defensively has just really done a nice job, especially in holding Defiance College to negative yards rushing, and that's been the effect of a good solid pass rush, and then every time Defiance has run the ball, they've lost yardage here, even in the second half. 32-6 is our score. Rose-Hulman with the football at the 16-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Welchins, the running back, in behind. They'll hand the ball. He picks up yardage over the right side. He breaks a tackle down inside the 5, down to the 1, and forced out of bounds.
The patience of Welchins right there, waiting for his block. Then you can see it's kind of like in the cartoons where the guys, the cartoon character's feet are moving, but he's not going anywhere. He's just getting his momentum. That's what Welchins was doing. His feet were moving, but he was just waiting for his block, and then boom, he hits that hole and almost makes 6. That was beautiful.
It was a really nice run. I could say something because it's another
Go
cartoon reference, man. Cartoon reference. Welchins with the cartoon reference. Here we go. Double H backs. This is like power football here. Which way we going? Welchins up the middle. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman. Does he score it?
Yes.
He is. It's signaled at the bottom of your screen, and Rose-Hulman is in. Welchins carries it across the goal line.
And you mentioned the response that was needed to show that we could move the ball with Morris, and that was a great drive. You hit it right on the head. Great try by Rose-Hulman to end the third quarter to go into the fourth quarter and put another 6 on the board.
Well, the emotional effect for the offense is they can't stop us. And they I'll tell you what, Defiance has done a nice job defensively and caused them some problems to get inside the red zone. This time it wasn't. As a nice run by Welchins, he scores. Kick by Tuttle's up, and it's good. 39-6, Rose-Hulman with the lead. We'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
Everybody clap your hands. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. Oh, yeah. Cha-cha, real smooth.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And a big boost for the offensive group for Rose-Hulman as Again, Eric Morris, nice job completing it, going up and down. The ball's down on the tee. We may have that holder again. We'll see. Zimmerman's been able to pound the ball the other direction into the end zone, but this stiff wind has really caused problems in throwing or kicking the football, punting especially for Defiance, as they've had several punts almost go back. Kicks that one up and high. It's only going to go down to the 20-yard line. Picked up by number 26 for Defiance. He's off the left side and up close to the 40-yard line. A really nice return by Jaquay Janvier, the freshman from Miami Gardens, Florida. And for the Yellow Jackets, they'll have the football 1st and 10. Ball's going to rest close to the 40-yard line. We'll see where they actually put it as we're waiting for everybody to get set. And again, Rose-Hulman with the football. Ball rests at the 40. Substitutions abound for Rose-Hulman defensively. I don't know how many they're going to substitute on the defensive backfield, but they've got several out of the ball game, and the second group is primarily in on this one. Rose-Hulman leads 39-6. Play action. There comes the little reverse. That's the play. And down the sideline, he's got a chance to score, and he's going to. And they got the hold. They call the hold on number 4, Terry Geiger. And I'm telling you, he is jumping up and down mad right at the 30-yard line. They'll get a first down. The ball will be placed close to the 40, but it'll pull the ball out. They won't get the touchdown, but that's a really nice play call.
And it is a great play call, and you see it work to perfection as the pursuit was coming to the near side here. And the referee, I'm sure he probably don't want to make that call, but you have to when it affects the play. That was a guy that was potentially going to make the tackle or at least slow him down. And
well, if you don't know, you legally can't put your arms outside the man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do, but at the same time, if you inhibit his ability to make the play, they're going to make the call, and that's what it did. Really had a good block for a while, and then all he had to do was just work it one way or the other, and he didn't work it either way. He just stayed on him and threw him.
Amin Shaheed has feet.
He can fly. As Shaheed almost did the number on Rose-Hulman's defense here. And again, 29-yard gain on this one, even after you're talking about 17-yard gain even after the penalty. They'll throw.
Uh-oh.
No, they won't. It's a sack. They'll pick it up with about a 4-yard loss.
Oh, boy.
I thought
Rose is feasting on him.
I thought, oh, my goodness, if he throws it out here, he's got a chance.
Yeah, I know.
That little bubble off the edge for Dante McNary, the freshman wide receiver from Dayton, was open. All he had to do was get him the football.
Didn't have time. Kind of the theme of the day is no time for Cole Record to deliver the ball when he really wants to.
Biggins, McNary, and Ponder, the receivers at the bottom of your screen. At the top is Geiger. There's the wraparound draw. Did they get it through?
Job.
They didn't. A really nice job that time as Jalen Wilkins, the ball carrier, just gets hauled down, a loss of another yard. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Great job of the defensive line to read that play. You can see that's maybe the 3rd or 4th time Defiance has run that counter right there, and Rose-Hulman stayed with it and made the tackle for another loss.
In comes Justin Caballero, the sophomore from Riverview, Florida. They blitz 6. They've got him picked up, and they got him down there, and did he catch it or dropped it? I'm telling you, everybody was there.
It went through four hands, not four sets, but it went through 4 hands to get to Defiance, and unfortunately for them, Danye McNary was not able to pull that in off of kind of a tip drill. It would have been a tough grab.
4th down and 16, and they got something scheduled here. We'll see what it is. 3 receivers, bottom of your screen. They're setting it up. Could be either a pooch punt. Nope. They're going to set up, throw the football. Here it comes. Play. They're going to throw it to the edge, and he doesn't get anybody. Incomplete pass, and that'll bring up a change of downs, and Rose-Hulman will gain possession. We'll pause, come right back for this one. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're patched with the run off the left side. He'll pick up about 8 or 9 yards and make it 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Rose-Hulman still just earning those yards, getting downfield, and trying to get to the next.
Yeah, 2nd down and 1. And as we look at that next week, the big ball game, and it is going to be here at Rose-Hulman. It's going to be Hanover, undefeated in conference play, playing against Rose-Hulman, who has 1 loss in a conference. But more importantly, if you go head-to-head, and Rose-Hulman has 1 loss, and Hanover with 1 loss, the winner, if Rose-Hulman would win the ball game, they would end up in the Division III national playoffs. Hatch can't pick up the first down, loses 2. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Bryce Cooley, a junior from Montpelier, Ohio, did a great job to make that tackle for Defiance. Been wanting to say that name, Bryce Cooley.
Okay. So here it is. Rose-Hulman with the football, 3rd and 3. Morris, the quarterback. Inside run. Does he pick up the first down? He's really close. They're going to say he's down a yard short. It'll bring up a 4th down play.
Yeah, 4th short here. That'll 4.5 yard maybe, or 2/3 of a yard. I don't know, depending on how you want to look at this thing. But all going to stay out there on the field, no matter how you look.
Last update we have conference-wise, Hanover's leading Mount St. Joe at the half. Bluffton is leading Manchester 20-14. 26-0. Again, Rose-Hulman led at the half. It's now 39-6. Rose-Hulman, a 4th down play, inside run. Here's Hatch. He's got it broken into the secondary. He'll pick up 13 yards on the run. The ball will rest at the 30-yard line. 1st down, Rose-Hulman. And we have an injury on the field. We'll take a short break. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
It's a Union Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. You don't have to be an athlete to suffer from joint pain. Union Health now offers same-day orthopedic care. Call 812-242-3005 for an appointment and let the Wabash Valley Sports Medicine experts take care of your knee, hip, or shoulder pain. Union Health, healthier together.
This junior garlic butter burger is so juicy. The butter really brings out the flavor.
Well said, Peter.
You're kind of buttering me up. What did you do?
You're just a really good friend.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Grab a $2.99 junior garlic butter bacon burger with tots while they last.
It's a Union Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. Let the Wabash Valley Sports Medicine experts take care of you. The Union Center for Sports Injury Clinic is open Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. at South 6th Street in downtown Terre Haute. No appointment is necessary. Union Health, healthier together. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Family. And welcome back here. Again, Rose-Hulman with the 1st down, football at the 30-yard line. They're going to try to drive this one in. 9:55 and rolling here in the 4th period. Again, Defiance with, and I really, we've talked about this. We like the defensive effort by Defiance. Absolutely. The issue is they're going to have to be consistent moving the football on offense. Rose-Hulman and Hatch off the side with a gain of 10.
I'm telling you what, Herb. Hatch is taking the most of his opportunities and running with purpose here in this game. And you like the power that he runs with reminds you of White.
It really does, both of them together. Welchins look good, too, so it's not like anybody. Yeah. Those 3 backs could play for anybody in the conference, and they've done a really nice job in moving the football.
all of them upper class, the
Oh,
juniors
yeah.
and seniors that you have here in this space. So Rose-Hulman, just a wealth of talent, an embarrassment of riches that you can kind of call it here around.
Tight end, bottom of the screen, 3 receivers as well, and trip tight end. That's always tough. They go single coverage.
Love
Man
it.
open.
Love it.
Touchdown, Rose-Hulman.
You get in my face, I'm going to burn you. Press covers on the top and the bottom, and boy, Morris took the challenge and delivered a great ball for a touchdown.
Outside fade, short, just over the edge, just what they wanted. A tremendous throw and a great catch.
So many times you'll get pressed on one side of the field, but maybe not the other. Both of those DBs just got in their crouch and stared down the wide receivers, and boy, I love that right there.
Great throw, great catch,
Yes.
good route, 23 with the catch, and that's Metallo, the wide receiver from Arlington Heights, Illinois. On for the extra point is number 97 for Rose-Hulman. That's Adam Clark, the junior from Sherman, Illinois. He's good on that attempt, and Rose-Hulman leads 46-6 when we return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
We're really doing this.
"Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell." Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And as we return, Jake Zimmerman will tee it up, and we'll see if he can kick another one into this wind. And you can really tell, it's really weird when you see this. Normally, Zimmerman with the dead wind is going to kick the ball close to the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
But with the wind behind him, he's kicked it into the end zone every time. That gives you about somewhere 10 to 12 yards every time you kick the ball, and it's going to change the actual position. If he gets the ball up in the air, kicking against the wind, it's going to be 20-yard difference. And that's basically what's happened.
And the wind right now was kind of not blowing as hard as it was earlier. It kind of gust still, but I'd love to see him kind of, like you said, a low drive.
Sure. So we'll see if he can pound this one. Yeah, you're a lot better off almost a hard squib than you are that.
Because that's not going to go.
The only difference is it's hard to catch, and it sure was on that one. Defiance trying to get the ball to the edge. They've got one towards the edge. He'll get it over the 30-yard line up to the 31,
Good
and that's
run
where
back.
the Yellow Jackets will take over.
The only thing it does is it gets your recover team the chance to get down the field, and so you want that as well, even though it may not go as far. Good for your kickoff coverage. So
pretty solid on what, again, Rose-Hulman is doing on this one.
Man, you're looking for Rose. Wonder who is the backup kicker.
Oh, well, you got several. You got the other guys that kick off. It's just
would have loved to
Jake,
see one of them get a chance today in the fourth quarter here.
Jake has the stronger leg.
He
That's
does,
just
absolutely.
the difference. He'll throw
Look
it
out.
outside, and whoop, you said look out, and there's a loss on it and a nice hit off the edge, and just a solid play.
Yeah, that was a long throw. That's the reason why I said look out, actually, because that was one step away from going to the house. That was a really long throw, going all the way to the outside. And not that it's a bad play, but, man, that was a long throw. Good thing the DB was 10 yards back.
Here it comes. Screen pass. They've got him open. Catch it to the edge.
Going
and a
nowhere.
nice defensive play. Everybody's sitting in their zones, sit where they're supposed to. Nobody really wide open. They'll regain the 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well disciplined right there. You see the defensive line with the first or the second unit very well disciplined.
And that's really the difference between the two teams. Defiance, young players, not as disciplined, athletic, but if you don't play with discipline, that older, more experienced, disciplined team is going to win out, and that's what Rose-Hulman is right now. 5-1 front. They're running a Bears front. Even when they're throwing it down there, he's just threw it up there, and it's almost picked off, too.
Man.
He threw it right in the crowd, attempted for number 15, Jason Santora from Avon, Ohio. He couldn't get his hands on it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Dangerous on multiple fronts. Looks like
They may go for this one. 4th and 10.
You've been kicking the ball well. Let's get rid of this thing. You have the win. You've been kicking the ball well. That short kick. Let's kick this thing here.
46-6 is our score.
Oh boy.
Cole Recker is the quarterback. They bring the blitz off the edge. They're going to throw it up and knock him out of bounds. There's a flag and a first down.
And that was a silly mistake.
That's what they were after.
That's a silly mistake right there.
Potential first down play, and that's kind of what's going on. And one of these, one of the coaches for Rose-Hulman's like, look, it's uncatchable. Yeah, fella, because he knocked him down. And I'll tell you what, the corner for Rose-Hulman just hammered him off the sideline. So the headlines judge is calling that one, or the line judge, I'm sorry, pass interference. And I don't know if you can call it pass interference. I think it's probably the hold or the actual illegal contact. That's calling it on. So first down, a 15-yard penalty will put the football at the 47, and it'll be Defiance with another set of downs.
We'll see if they go off this matchup again. Bottom of the screen, you got Maurice Ponder. We'll see if they go at him again.
Cole Recker is the quarterback for the Defiance College Yellow Jackets, getting the start today, the sophomore. Looking to throw the football. Lots and lots of problems, and a potential hold, and there it was. That's an easy call, as the hold being taken care of for Rose-Hulman, as you could see the player's shoulders turn the opposite way as he was beaten on the play. Number 4 for Defiance, Terry Geiger, was the guy that was open down the middle, open late because he was held back.
And Cole Recker took another little shot there, and good thing the defensive lineman kind of held up, so you had nothing.
And just as
the flag on that side of the play, but he had pressure facing him.
You said earlier we haven't seen very many penalty flags. We may see a bunch here because they've kind of figured out a way to exploit it, and effectively, if you throw on it, that's what they're going to do. So, Rose-Hulman, 7 men up on the box, looking like they're going to bring the house. We'll see probably a couple of them back out. Single coverage, and they are bringing the house.
Oh, boy. Somebody needs to drop out.
And doesn't really matter. They don't have to drop out. Single coverage, man blitz, through the slant, and that's the play. That's actually the play. He's just got to complete the ball.
Absolutely. That was wide open, and he had the hot read. Could have been a house call very easy. That's why I was wanting someone to drop out of that. I know you're up 40 points here.
Bigham's
had 7. I love to drop one to keep that middle of the field protected there.
Bigham's had a chance. If they hit him, he is gone. That is a touchdown.
It was a touchdown. That's right.
For Rose-Hulman, they're dialing it up, and here's the interesting thing for Rose-Hulman. They're playing their second defensive group, and they're telling them this is how we're playing. We're playing as hard as we can. Single coverage now, cover 1 over on the deep side.
I'm going to ask you a question in a minute.
Goes to setback and hold, and they bring him down. That's a really nice sack and a good rush by both defensive ends as they get to him at the same time, and it's lunch in the backfield.
Here's what I'm going to ask you about that last play. You're talking about the 7-man line. If Rose would have dropped one, do you think Recker would have seen the cover? Do you think he would have seen it or thrown it right into him?
He would have thrown it right into him. But it's got to be that zone blitz. And they're not showing that. Right now they're showing man coverage. One of them has the back, and the other 6 are coming. So it's a guarantee you're going to get to him. It's just when are you going to get to him? The issue is it leaves a wide open field right down the middle. And if they can hit somebody on an under route, which is what they tried to do, just nice, easy throw and completion, it's a touchdown.
Next question, will you see that next?
Potentially will. Delay a game penalty called on Defiance. They'll take a 5-yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd and 22.
Next week we're playing a team, a more seasoned team, potentially with an opportunity to exploit something that's like. So will you see that next week?
Well, I can make a call, and you probably will. What do I think? Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I used to coach the DC, so their defensive coordinator Hanover is one of my favorite guys. So here it comes. Recker down the middle. He's got him, but he overthrows him in a great pick. Rose-Hulman with a football and a chance to return it all the way. With it over the 50 down to the 42-yard line. A great pick by the defensive back Iverson Woods, a freshman from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Got family from Stone Mountain. All right.
He got that one. No, you're asking. The Hanover defensive coordinator was my middle linebacker, started for me for 3 years when I was at South Decatur High School, and coach. He played at Mount Union, and you saw the Mount Union guys when they come up here talk to me about him, and just a great guy. His name's Eric Galt. So I'm really excited. I get to see the family and everything else. It's literally family for me. Rose-Hulman with the football, new quarterback in.
Yeah.
As they're going to hand that one off and run off the left side, and no gain on that one. They'll give him one. New quarterback for Rose-Hulman is 17. That's Justin Sands, 6'4" sophomore from Center Hall, Pennsylvania.
What I was asking, do you think you'll see Rose in that defensive alignment, that 7-man front, nobody over the middle? Do you think we'll see that against Hanover? That's what I'm trying to ask.
I doubt it.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to ask.
Hanover has a tremendous quarterback. He's big, physical, and strong. And so when some guys can't take hits, that guy can. And so the other part is you really don't want to give up the opportunity to let their really good receiver, and they have one that's really good. You don't want to give him the opportunity to open field because it's hard to cover him anyhow. Running back up the middle, number 3, and that's Alonzo Johnson, a sophomore from Greenwood. He'll pick up another 7 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Johnson, the Center Grove kid?
I don't know that. I didn't ask. I don't know. But you take both of them, either Greenwood or Center Grove, either one.
You take either
Good
one.
program.
Absolutely.
And that football in the Indianapolis area, if you didn't know, is ranked as the top 5 in the country for Division I recruit. I don't know. Did you know that?
I did not.
That's legit. A lot of players come in. You'll see players that play in places like Ohio State, Kentucky, and all over. Ohio State picks up 1 or 2 players in Indianapolis. They're usually the top 2 every year. Inside, nice run. He got a trap block up the middle, picks up the first down. That's a solid run by Alonzo Johnson.
You're also seeing Kurt Ferentz from Iowa do the same thing. They got a kid from Rebuff. Saw him a few weeks ago. You're seeing, obviously, you're seeing our playmaker, Noah Thomas from Ben Davis. Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis. So, I mean, there's so much talent in the state of Indiana, but around the Queen City, not Queen City, the capital city.
It's one of the top 5 recruiting areas in the country. Yep. So Rose-Hulman with the football, and they'll continue to milk down the clock with 4 minutes left to go. Johnson's getting the ball of the carries. There he goes. Could be off the sideline at the 20, 15, 10, and down inside the 10. He'll go out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Boy, you see this talent. You get your opportunity. You practice all week long and say, Coach, come on, Coach. Come on, Coach. Come on, Coach. And you get that opportunity and see what you do. Preparation, that's what you do. You prepare and you get your chance. So what you can do.
They list Alonzo at 5'7". I don't know if he's 5'7", but he is a load to bring down.
Yes, he is.
Made one move, and he's down inside.
Got the final from Mr. Lanky, 27-3, the final. Hanover over Mount St. Joe's. So next week, officially, the HCAC championship game, 2 o'clock right here at Rose-Hulman.
Winner goes to playoffs. Loser stays home. Johnson driving. 5, 4. Get him down to about the 3-yard line. Alonzo Johnson with the carry.
Look at the bench of Rose-Hulman. They're so excited for these guys right now.
That's because they just continue to push the football. 3 minutes left to go. And again, Rose-Hulman running the clock all the way down. It's 2nd and goal. Ball rests at the 4. They'll give it to Johnson again. Don't be surprised. Good solid run. They've used the H-back in this one. H-back in this formation. 49 is Zacharias. And off the inside. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman. Quarterback kept the football. Justin Sands picks up the score. The sophomore from Center Hall, Pennsylvania.
Boy, it's another nice drive by the 2nd unit and some of the 3rd unit that you're seeing here from Rose-Hulman. Just like talk about it. It doesn't matter what sport. It's an embarrassment of riches. And when you have the #1 engineering school in the country and these kids want to come and get a great education and keep playing sports, and man, it's a great place to come.
Adam Clark kicks the extra point. It's up and good, and Rose-Hulman with a 53-6 lead And more importantly, they'll look forward to that championship game this next Saturday. We'll pause for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
The leaves are falling and so are the prices at York Chevy Buick on U.S. Highway 40 in Brazil. This month only, we have new Silverados up to $11,000 off. Sign and drive leases are back. The all-new Trax, $199 per month. Buick Encore, $179 per month. And the Chevy Colorado Crew Cab, so it's $247 per month. Stop by York Chevy Buick on US 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one. You are. You're number one at York.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Rose-Hulman is now inching closer, and you can say this, it will be Championship Saturday, next Saturday here at Rose-Hulman, where Rose-Hulman will entertain Hanover for the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Championship game. It's a 2 o'clock start next Saturday. We'll have all that action for you here on Indiana Sports Network. Kick and a big one down to the 5-yard line against that wind. That's a huge kick. And Defiance will end up with a football, 1st and 10 at the 35. When we look at that one, Walt, you're looking at two teams that really have gone different. When I say different ways, Hanover won the conference last year with an outstanding game, winning it just at the end so they could get into playoffs. This year, they're undefeated in conference play. They have one loss on the season, and it was a 1 or 2 point loss early in the season, and Hanover's played very well throughout the conference schedule. And they're going to play against a Rose-Hulman team that through this season has continually gotten better every ball game. Screen pass off to the right side and turning the corner and picking up about 4 yards. Number 39 for Defiance, and that's Jalen Wilkins.
Well, you're looking at for Hanover through 5 games, and you got to remember, after the Rose next week, they still have to go. They still have to play Franklin after that. So looking at through 5 games of the conference schedule, with that 27-3 win today, they've only given up 20 points in conference play. So that defense, they've pitched 2 shutouts and they've kept 2 others in single digits. They've hitting on all cylinders. So it's going to be a tough game next week. You're looking at Rose-Hulman is going to bring their A game plan and A game today. I don't think we saw in the first 2 quarters. I don't think we saw the A game to next week, though. I expect to see a little bit better execution by the ones and to really put their best foot forward.
Well, Rose-Hulman has just worn down this team of Defiance. But at the same time, a lot of players getting reps here. These are the reps that these guys will remember because in a year or two, they're going to be the starters up front. Fumble in the middle. Ball scooped up and advanced. And he could get the first down, and he does. It'll be first down, Defiance. Number 56 with that one, and he's not going to be able to say, hey, he'll tell his kids, hey, I once got a first down when I was in college.
That's right.
Scoop that ball up. Rigo Villa is what they say is 56. 56. Rigo Villa, the sophomore from Fort Myers, Florida.
Coach Sokol bleeding for something. He doesn't like the fact that they're able to advance their own fumble, maybe? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. But at the same time, it's 1st and 10, the clock's rolling.
Boy.
135, they're going to hand it up the middle, and he's bottled up there with a 1-yard gain.
You know, one thing that you see with this game here with Rose-Hulman, they obviously it's very lopsided, but it's not like it was, 50-6 at halftime. We only scored 3 points in the second half. These guys, whether it be the 1s, 2s, or 3s, they were playing against a defense that was playing really hard. This was not a rollover type of game. So Rose-Hulman had to earn these 53 points that you see here. They wasn't given, even on short fields, nothing was given to them. So you like that style of game going into the championship game next week against Hanover. Ball's on the ground again.
By Recker, he'll go down and whistle's blown. He'll lose 4, make it 5. They'll bring up 3rd and 14. 43 seconds. This could and should be the last play of the game. They run it for that, or if you throw it, it'll stop the clock. So 3rd down and 14. One play has to run. If it's a running play or a pass completion, the ball game should end. 27-3 Hanover with the lead, or Hanover won today, which forces this. When they throw it up, and it's caught at the 32-yard line.
Oh, man.
An unbelievable catch.
And no, you say incomplete.
They say it's incomplete. Nobody moved on this one. We'll see what's going on. They moved the stick. It'd be 4th and 14, and the ball's going to be placed at the 43-yard line. I don't think he was there. I think they actually moved the stick one time. So the ball at the 43, it'll be 4th, and I had it 4th and 14. Now it's 4th or 13. So I know that the play marker moved. He was ready to run. 9 seconds left to go in the ball game. They'll blitz 6.
One more for good measure.
And that should be it.
Yep.
The problem is now that 4th down and the clock stops. Another sack. 95 and 96 on the sack, and that's Anstead, Jonathan Anstead, the sophomore from East Aurora, New York, and 96 Ben Coffer, the freshman from Phelan, California. And that will be the ball game. 3 seconds, Rose-Hulman O'Neill on this one. And Rose-Hulman finds itself battling all the way back from a 1-point loss to Franklin to play for the conference championship next week against Hanover. They fought all year long. They've got better and better. And these guys from Rose-Hulman are going to have a huge ball game this next week. Carrying the ball is number 35, and he's busting it over the side, picks up 11 yards. And again, we have to look down on this. Lance Shelton, the running back freshman from Kansas City, Missouri, he'll pick up 10 yards on that carry, and he'll let everybody know, I've got a 10-yard average, boys. I can run the football. That's the end of the ball game. 53-6, Rose-Hulman with the victory. And they will go ahead and play against Hanover next Saturday. That ball game is going to be a 2 p.m. start, which is, again, the conference championship. And you really don't want anything better than this.
No, you don't. And that's all you can ask for. You want yourself an opportunity to play for a championship. Last week of the conference season, and it's at home. You can't ask for anything more. You talk about that 1-point loss against Franklin at home during homecoming. It's a heartbreaking loss, but so many times you'll see a team after a heartbreaking loss like that kind of fold and end their season. This team got resilient, bowed up, and now we're fighting for a championship.
Well, and as you watch this, we'll try to get the camera on the players as they come up and sing the fight song at the end of each victory. And that's one of the best things that we see here at Rose-Hulman. Players come over to the sideline, they get themselves set right in front of the crowd, and they'll sing the fight song right here at the crowd. These guys are so excited, have a chance to play for a conference championship, a chance for an NCAA bid if they can win the ball game next week. And, of course, they don't finish up with a conference game at the end of the season this year. But at the same time, that would be a huge ball game if they can play with and win against Hanover. Hanover, again, the defending conference championship team from last year. And just an outstanding one. And here they go. And you can hear them all. They're excited. And well should be. So Rose-Hulman with the victory, 53-6. And again, there'll be a nice evening for them tonight as they prepare for their biggest battle of the year, playing against Hanover this next week. And Coach Jeff Sokol is running into the locker room. He's so excited with this one. Not just that you get through a ball game like this, but you have an opportunity to play for a conference championship next week.
Time to get to work. You enjoy this evening. Come back here to the facility, get to work for a big battle in 7 days, and so these coaches, these players will be back to work tomorrow on the practice field or the facilities.
Rose-Hulman broke out in this ball game. We're going to pause and then come right back with the close for this ball game. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
Terre Haute, a great place to stay and play. Restaurants, hotels, motels, and campgrounds. There's something for everyone. Terre Haute is the home away from home for students of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Indiana State University, where there are always great educational activities and sporting events. Enjoy the Children's Museum. Terre Haute hosts Blues at the Crossroads Downtown Music Fest, Rib Fest, and the Banks of the Wabash Festival. Plus the HCAC Quarter Midget Championship, open wheel racing at the Action Track, and 5 national college and state high school cross-country championships at the famed Laverne Gibson cross-country course. There's plenty to do and enjoy in Terre Haute, so come stay and play.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman with a 53-6 win, and statistically, here's how it's breaking down. First of all, for Rose-Hulman, 289 yards off of 58 carries. Passing yards, 201 yards. 490 yards of total offense on 88 plays. For Defiance College, they ended up with 39 yards of total offense on 66 plays. Their rushing was a net of minus 90. The NCAA record, we were told, was 123, something like that. And so, again, Rose-Hulman defensive effort from the rushing standpoint, 28 rushes for Defiance and a minus 90 in rushing the football for Defiance College.
That's just, they're just outmanned today. To be honest with you, you're looking at freshmen. It's like varsity and JV. To be honest with you, and I know, not trying to be funny about that, but you're looking at juniors, seniors primarily going up against a lot of freshmen and sophomores. And freshmen and sophomores can make a splash play, but can you do that over the course of 4 quarters? And it's tough to sustain that at that young of an age when you've just made a big jump from high school to college. It's a huge. I don't care what division you're playing. To go from high school to college that's a huge jump. And boy, to do that on the road against a really good team that is playing upper class primarily, that's just tough.
And it's also discipline. I really like the way Rose-Hulman ran the football, knowing what they had to do to get the win. They weren't into being flashy with it the whole time and seeing how many they could put on the board. They were into, let's get some work done, let's move the clock and move the chains. And I thought they did a really nice job play calling-wise, simply from the standpoint they ground it out, get the win, and move on.
Yeah, you look at Noah Thomas got close to 100 yards, got a touchdown receiving. You go like Garrett White, another 100-yard day. I believe that's 4 in a row. 100-yard days here for Garrett, the workhorse. So, your playmakers get their numbers, and it's not a numbers game, but these guys are going to get their touches. They're getting their numbers, getting their carries and receptions, and we got a quarterback going to get some extra rest and be ready for next week. The 2s and 3s came out here and got some rest, so somebody might be pressed into duty next week. You just don't know. You're just 1 play away, sometimes 2 plays away from being pressed into a pivotal situation. So guys will be ready, coaches will be ready. It's going to be a great game next week.
Should be a great ball game. It's the conference championship next week here on Indiana Sports Network, as we'll have Rose-Hulman taking on Hanover. A 2 p.m. start. Will be on the air at 1:45 with our pregame show. Get you ready with everything going on. Again, Rose-Hulman will play for the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Championship this next Saturday here from Terre Haute, Indiana on Phil Brown Field. It'll be Rose-Hulman against Hanover. For my partner, Walter Gordon, I'm Herb King saying so long, and we'll see you next week for more Rose-Hulman football.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
This sports program is presented by authority of Wabash Valley Sports and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated in any way without prior written consent of Wabash Valley Sports.